Welcome, Prosperous Living. We talk manifestation. We break down biblical terminology. Let's understand that all is mind. We keep it super simple by applying the law of assumption, law of belief, law of mind, whatever you want to call it. Understanding that what you think about, you bring about, and you can speak your life into existence. You just have to know what you want and then remain faithful to that knowing, to that decision. Just decide that it is done and it will be. You don't have to give any explanations. You don't have to give any backstory. You don't have to rehearse the past. All you have to do is live in the now. Right here, right now. Speak as though it's already done because it is. Whatever you want is done. Greetings. Hello, Sandy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm streaming on YouTube as well as TikTok. If you're new here to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the like button, share because you care, and always comment below. On TikTok, tapping is clapping. Double tap the screen. You're new here, make sure to hit that follow button. Continue to tap the screen, get your heart me's and all of that good stuff as we discuss manifestation or actualization or realization. What reality do you want to create? It's all for you. It's all for you. I don't know the lyrics to that Janet Jackson song, but if I did, I would be singing. But it's all for you. All of this is for you. You are the center of your universe. Don't let anyone tell you different. You are the reason for the season. You are. I say it often, and I continue to say it. You are the reason for the season. You get to have whatever you say. I believe that's found in Mark 11:23. And then these 4 steps on the screen are based on, as you see, Mark 11:24. How does the script go? Therefore, I say to you, whatever you desire when you pray, believe you received it and you will have it. 4 steps, easy peasy, fresh and squeezy. Now you just have to decide what it is you want. What is your desire? And then give it to yourself. Welcome, welcome, welcome all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No, they like to do what Lauryn Hill says in her song, right? It could all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. Loving you is like a battle. Howdy, howdy. Hey, 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 Elizabeth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think it's pretty obvious what I'm doing. Keep it super simple. All you have to do is decree, declare, and then be still. Do nothing to make it so. Why? Because it's already so. Just get your life together. Decide what it is you want. Because you can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. I say you can have whatever you like. Whatever you like, you can have. I could treat you so special, so nice. So you don't even have to think twice. Because you can have whatever you like. I say you could have whatever you like. What do you want? Life doesn't have to be a struggle. Stop letting the world tell you that it's tempting you, testing you, and taking you through trials and tribulations. You're creating your own trials and tribulations. You're creating your own difficulty and hardship. You are the one doing it because you are the one thinking it. So you are the one creating it. The script tells us that as you think, so are you. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So what do you think about you? We like to talk about the teachings of Neville Goddard, Dr. Joseph Murphy, Reverend Ike, Bill Donahue, Florence Scovel Shinn. You have Catherine Ponder. You have Emmett Fox, Ernest Holmes, right? Wallace D. Waddles. You have a lot of people that have reminded us. You know, you have what is it called? Psycho-Cybernetics. You have all these books. Busting Loose from the Money Game. That's Robert Scheinfeld. You have a lot of informative things out there to remind you that you are the consciousness experiencing this thing we call life. And you are all there is. And you are the one deciding what it is you would experience by what your attention to a thing wheels things into existence. Hello, hello. Yes, Alan Watts. Hey, she reveals after 50. Yep. Alan Watts too. And you put your name in there. You're it. So the four steps on the screen is really one step, right? Because you decide what your desires, you decide to give thanks, you decide to accept it, and you decide to receive it. See how that's all one thing? Those 4 steps are all one step. They're all the very same thing. You're deciding. You're making a choice. With what? Your attention. And your attention is just saying what it is you want. And then after that, you release it. You give it over to the greater part of you, what Dr. Joseph Murphy would call the subconscious mind, which is the womb of creation. It takes the baton and it's going to mold for you the things in which you have instructed it to do so. And what are you instructing? Whatever you're talking about, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're quote unquote feeling. But your feelings are based on thoughts. So at the end of the day, it's all about what you're thinking. Because what you're thinking, you're creating. Thoughts are pictures. Pictures are thoughts. Thoughts are words, right? Words are just what? An expression of thought. You're having a thought. The thought that comes into your awareness, to your consciousness. You can either accept it or reject it. That's the choice you have. Instead of trying to analyze or find out where did this thought come from, just decide if you're going to entertain it. We get caught up in the in the weeds of things, get caught up in the quicksand, in the what the Bible likes to describe as the miry clay, and we want to go down this path of trying to say, well, I don't like that thought. I can't believe that thought is coming into my mind. Oh my goodness, that intrusive thought. Oh my goodness. Instead of just letting the thought go and choosing a different one. You don't have to beat yourself up about being aware of a thought you don't like. If you don't like it so much, why are you giving it so much attention? Do you eat food that you don't like? Clearly you do, because you eat thoughts, you consume thoughts that you don't like. So clearly you do like eating food you don't like, because that's exactly what you do when you entertain, consume thoughts that do not benefit you. You're eating something that you simply don't like. Now, why would you do that? Why would you consume things you just don't like? No one can get me to eat green peas. Just not appetizing to me. I don't care what you do to it, how you try to dress it up, what other food you put with it. You put it in some type of dish. I'm picking it out. I'm moving it out the way. I can spot it a mile away. No one can force me to eat green peas because I just don't like it. And so you have to be that way when it comes to certain thoughts. You have to just let it pass on by. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, Berry Queen. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Double tap the screen. The panel is open. You can come up. I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight. So come on up. You want to talk about your manifestations. The panel is available. We have 8 spots. Those of you on YouTube, I am streaming on TikTok. TikTok is where I hold the panel. If you want to come up and talk manifestation, you have questions, any concerns, any things you feel like you feel blocked, or you need, help navigating, and understanding what manifestation is, because we hear it a lot. It's a buzzword, it's a trendy word, but it is the truth of this world. This is what the Bible tells us, right? It says, great is the mystery, God manifested in the flesh. Who is God? Thought. Thought is God. Thought becomes an expression in this physical reality. Oh, okay, all right. Hello, Phoenix Ascending. Yeah. We just have to stop consuming things that we feel is detrimental to us, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all a decision. It's all a choice. You're choosing the reality in which you're, experiencing. You're deciding to entertain it. Stop it. I know we want it to be more difficult than that. People want to process. People want, some methods, some steps. When just decide, nope, not doing that today. Nope, not going to give it my energy today. And go your way in peace. Oh, excuse me. Go your way in peace. Because manifestation is real easy. It's not difficult at all. And then it's not difficult because you've been doing it your whole life. You may not have known that you were doing it your whole life, but you've been doing it your whole entire life. We were doing it unconsciously, unknowingly, right? We didn't know that thoughts were creative. We didn't know that God was thought and the Lord was the law in which thought operates. And what is the law? What you think about, you bring about. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. It is done unto you as you believe. That's the law of mind. Your thinking creates reality. Neville Goddard says it this way: imagining creates reality. A lot of us, when we hear that word imagine, we think we have to visualize something. No, it's talking about your thinking. What you're thinking, you're creating. You don't necessarily have to see an image in your mind's eye. That's not necessary. You only have to give your attention to it through speech. When you put your mouth on it, as people will say. When you start talking about it, that's your imagination at work. That's why a lot of people, when things happen, when the unwanted happen, they was like, how did this happen? I wasn't even imagining it. No one wanted that to happen. I didn't want those things to happen. Who wants these horrible, traumatic things to take place? But when you operate in depression, anxiety, despair, degradation, believing that you're abandoned or neglected, uncared for, unwanted, those things, those thoughts will bring forth unwanted experiences. And it will just confirm to you something you were already thinking anyway. If you really don't think people care about you, you will have experiences come, or you will have situations and circumstances come into your life to confirm your belief that no one really cares for you, that no one really supports you, that people always, if you think people are using you or deceiving you or trying to take advantage of you, you will always manifest that belief. So that's why you want to change what you're thinking. Because a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. So now you want to start thinking, oh, I'm loved, I'm supported, I'm cared for, I always get what I want. My desires always come with ease, joy, love, peace, and with speed all the days of my life. All my desires come with what? Ease, love, joy, peace, and with speed all the days of my life. You got to let your affirmation be on your tongue, and you always got to have that at the forefront of your mind. That life is here to support you. Life is not against you. Life is not punishing you. You're punishing yourself with your thoughts. That's why I say, what you think about, you bring about. And if you want a changed world, you have to have what? A changed mind. But most of us were conditioned to think that we need other people to change so we can be happy. So if the world would just be different, then we can be happy. And then most people discover, well, the world is not about to change for you. The world doesn't change until you do. It's not outside in, it's inside out. Nope. Because did you see the things in your mind's eye, all of the unwanted things, Phoenix ascending? Did you have to see it in your mind's eye, all the things that you didn't want to happen? You didn't have to see it in your mind's eye, right? You didn't have to have a vision of all the wrong, everything that went wrong. You didn't have to imagine that. The prayer is already done. That's the prayer. Whatever you're asking for, believe you already have it. That's what Mark 11:24 says. That's the prayer. That's the way you pray. Accept whatever you want to take place, and it will. Whatever you ask for in prayer, believing you received it, you will have it. That's Mark 11:24. So whatever you want, decide is yours. And it will be. Not how it's going to happen, not when it's going to happen, not who's going to be involved with the happening. Decide it's already done. Just decree and declare it. No begging, no pleading, no bargaining. Just, it's mine. And it shall be. Oh, yes, hey, Miss Kitty, that's it. That's an interesting question. Because I am God and I am the spirit. God is the mind. God is not something outside of you. Kojan asks, did God say that to me in my spirit just now? I understand the Bible. I understand what the Bible is saying when it talks about prayer and how to get the things that you want in this life. And nowhere in the Bible does it say you have to beg, plead, borrow, and bargain with your own mind, with your own spirit. It says, speak those things that be not as though they were. It tells you that your word that goes forth does not return unto you void, but it will accomplish and prosper in a thing which you send it out to do. So you have to know the rules to this game of life. And there's really only one rule. That rule is, as you think, so are you. We want it to be 10,000 rules. It's only one. Your thoughts are things. What you think about, you bring about. As you think, so you are. Saying the same thing, just different ways. It's all up to you. All you have to do is make a decision. And when I say give thanks in step 2, I'm talking about acknowledging the thing. That's what giving thanks is. It's acknowledgement. It's recognition. It's not your, thanking something outside of you for doing something for you. You're the one doing it all. So if you're going to thank anyone, thank yourself. So I like my daughter, she would look up the etymology of different words. And she said, thank really is the past tense of the word think. So when you give thanks, it's like you're giving your attention to a thought. But we change the meaning of words all of the time. But thank was just another way of saying that you thought about something. That's it. So to give thanks means to give thought. That's why I said it's about acknowledgement, recognition of the thing you have decided that you can have. Oh, you did? Hey, Cheryl, you read it? Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? I liked that. I was like, ooh, I got to share this to the group. That was good. Saw that on my Facebook feed. I had to share it. So whatever you're desiring, you can have. You just got to make the decision that it's already yours, and not complicated. It's not complicated. It's easy peasy, fresh and squeezy. Yes, it is. Yes, good reminder to the commitment to the desire. Yep. When doubt starts to arise, when that voice in your mind tries to tell you, tries to question what's going to happen, that's when you got to turn that noise off. All right? You got to slam the door on doubt. That's all Abdullah was doing to Neville, right? When Neville was desiring to go to Barbados, and Abdullah was teaching him that imagining creates reality, and was telling him, just imagine that you're already in Barbados. You're already there. And Neville just couldn't understand. He's like, this isn't working. Nothing is happening. And Abdullah like, why are we still having this conversation? You're in Barbados and you went first class. Slam. He didn't want to hear any excuses of not being in Barbados, because in his mind, Neville was already there. And telling Neville, the fact that you keep talking about that you were waiting for it and trying to figure it out, you're signaling to your consciousness that is not a reality. Hey, daughter. Welcome. How are you? And so you can have whatever you desire, whatever you want. Just got to give it to yourself. No doubt. Let go of fear, disbelief, unbelief, complaining. Hello, Honest Avenue.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well.
Good. What's going on?
So I guess I got a question about your prompt. There's a lot of different views on, faith, and I just want to make sure this is not saying what I think it's saying.
And if it is?
I might encourage you to have a deeper study with the word, because God's not a vending machine in heaven.
Where is heaven?
In our hearts, in the heart of the true believer. It's within.
Well, then, of course it would be an ATM. That's exactly what the Bible teaches. The Bible teaches it's an ATM. Of course it is. It's infinite abundance. No. It never runs out.
So in order to operate an ATM, how much love is involved in operating an ATM?
Infinite.
Or is it just mechanical? Infinite. An ATM, literally, the machine.
Well, you made the analogy that it's an ATM. So
no, I said God is not an ATM. You said he was.
Did you say God or did you say faith? What did you say God?
I said God is not in heaven, an ATM in heaven.
Why would you say God is not? Why would you say God is not an ATM? What make you think there's a limitation on God?
ATM is transactional. Faith is not transactional.
But getting a prayer through is. You're correct. Love is not transactional. It's unconditional. However, according to Christianity, it's very conditional, but we're going to set that aside. To get a prayer through is transactional. It is conditioned. It is conditioned on faith. Because without faith, it is impossible to please God. So that makes it very conditional. Because if you don't have faith, you're not getting anything.
No. But faith works by love. It's not transactional.
What does that even mean? Faith works by love is not transactional. What does that mean?
So what that means is, if faith works by love, if a person doesn't have love, receive the true love of God, they will not be able to operate according to the laws of faith.
Who's deciding that?
Therefore, the scripture, the word of God.
Okay, so why are we having this conversation? You don't get to decide who has faith and who doesn't.
I simply stated what the word of God says.
And I simply say what the word of God says. We're both saying what the word of God says.
But your statement here says manifesting Wednesday. You're preaching manifestation. That's a very selfish and loveless view of faith.
According to who? You don't get to determine what's selfish for me. You're not my God. You don't get to determine what I accept as true or not. I decide that, not you. You don't get to decide that. I'm
You're
not
right.
asking you if I'm right or
You're
wrong.
right. You're right.
I don't need your permission to think a certain way or to believe a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but you let me up, and you have a prompt there that is distorting the truth of the gospel.
According to who?
It's not about what you want
to. Okay, of course it is about me. It's all about me.
The scripture.
It's all about me. Of course it is.
No, it's about Jesus.
No, I am Jesus.
No, it's about Jesus.
I am Jesus.
Oh, okay. See, I knew it. I knew you were going to be a false prophet and an antichrist.
Okay. Well, why you want to talk to the antichrist?
You're not Jesus. You didn't die for my sins.
You doggone right. No one did.
So you see this antichrist. Everybody who's listening, I want y'all to hear that.
This is not a Christian lie. So no one cares what you think from a Christian perspective.
You know what's funny?
No, this is not a Christian lie. So.
You know what's funny? I'm not a Christian. I'm a believer in the scripture.
Oh, but your cry is you're in the wrong room if you're looking to condemn and judge. You're in the wrong space. We don't care.
I'm not looking to condemn. I'm not looking.
We don't care. We don't care what you believe. So I'm gonna bid you adieu, and I'll let you go on your way, and you can go to the next room and be the town crier about disbelief and unbelief in fake prophets.
Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
I am the way, the truth, and the life. Hello, Phoenix Ascending. Did you mean to come up?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, I'll drop you.
I was parking my car.
Oh, okay. No problem. I love it. Yes, Martin Harper says, faith ain't got nothing to do with love. Stop that part. Oh, thank you, Maya. Oh, she said she gave it to her friend, a lady at work. He said, oh, I needed this. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't even know if you're still here, Maya. I don't know if you're still here or not. Maya, that's my daughter. My daughter. Hello, Miss Sandy. How are you?
Well, I am blessed and too blessed to be stressed.
Absolutely.
But you should have leave him right here.
Yeah, I should have.
Right there, let him get some teachings. Let him learn something that he can go to bed pondering upon. You know what? It is funny that these people would come and tell you, oh, the Bible say, Moses and everybody say, and they can't listen to what Toyia is saying. So isn't God speaking to Toyia as though he's speaking to, as how he speak to Moses and to the men, the women, boy, child, donkey, everybody in the Bible, and they go with it. Now Jesus is his Lord and Savior. So God is saying the most Savior. The most Savior come. So all them man were they fighting for freedom now from picking cotton and doing all these things. None of them has saved them to be who they are today in 2026. They are so brainwashed. They have an Egyptian mentality. They ain't come out yet. 40 days, it ain't gonna take them 40 days and 40 nights. Like Bob Marley said, they must emancipate themselves from mental slavery. Now, people would come to you and they come with the Bible. So God there, eat this Bible, right? And we got gone, me know if he watching cricket, he watching Netflix, me know we doing, and he just waiting to see when one we sin for put it down. Oh, I see you do this, Sandra. Come, you know. Well, so God don't speak anymore. God stop speak when this Bible run. So it is amen, Bob. God don't talk. It is so, I don't know. I don't want to say foolish, but I don't know. And then these same people who so believe, they working for the unsaved. They got to do for the unsaved. Now, if you're so self-righteous, then the unsaved supposed to work for you. But I pray that the same Bible said that they must get understanding. And that is the key to their breakthrough, to their success. For them, It's only the truth that set you free. And it's so funny that, I like me. If I don't understand, I would stick here to get something out of it so that I can apply it. Or even I could go to God myself and say, God, Toyia said this, so you said no, it's for truth, and let him, begin. No, they don't do that. They come with Moses, Aaron, everybody. That story there can't suffice us in 2026. No way.
Mm.
Back in them days was a rumbo, is one now. People sending these missiles from my country to yours. Things happening, things are evolving, and we got to, as children of God, we got to come to grip or get a little higher than what is going on. And we can't stay in that teaching. And the one my only Lord and Savior, but I could call so much a Savior. I myself is a Savior. Like I just tell people, if He's the only begotten Son, I is the only begotten daughter. So if you don't want to claim that they don't want to claim that they're the begotten daughter, I am a begotten daughter. I come here so I can save. I can do something for somebody. Every day you're seeing as you tell him you are the Christ, use Jesus. Every day Jesus is being born.
Every day.
He's preparing the way to save us. He's sending messiahs after messiahs. But no, Jesus alone. He do everything. And he come and he gone, and I got all on the blood done, wash out, done, rinse out, done. I don't know. I'm living by the word. I'm going to let the word set me free. I hope to God that one day these so-called people can truly come to themselves and jump out the box and live the truth. And know that they like go through and come through that, and you got to go down for come down. We going down, we part you going down, way for come back. You want to be grind and come out fresh as gold. Well, girl, I burn I burn as the brightest gold. I come with my brightness. Nobody ain't got to polish me, grind me, do me nothing. But I come polish.
Yes.
Because I'm going blessed.
Yes.
From the time I came into existence, He sent me. But to God be the glory. Yeah, let them do what they gotta do, and we gonna strive.
That part.
Hallelujah.
I
Have a wonderful one.
You too. Thank you. Yeah, for whatever reason, people have been indoctrinated with God don't want you to have stuff. I'm just like, what? Or you should just accept whatever, crumbs you get from the Lord's table. If God just gives you just enough to get by, to eke out a living, then you should be satisfied with that.
Excuse me, sorry about this, Sister Toyia. Very, very sorry about it. I like when you speak about the crumbs, because only today I telling somebody, I is not the maid in the kingdom. I is not the one who bringing coffee. I sit it to the table with the kings and queens, reasoning together. Don't look for me for being the servant or cooking the food or bringing the coffee or whatever. I'm at the table, Lord.
That part, yes. Sitting at the table. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? Happy
evening.
Wednesday.
How are you?
Happy Wednesday. Oh, I'm great. Thank you.
Happy Wednesday to you and everyone. I wanted to say first, I see Miss Kitty there, and I just have to tell her how much I just love her laugh.
Yes, it's so contagious, isn't it?
Yes, and it's so sweet. Like every time I hear her laughing, I really just want to come and sit with her and have a cup of coffee and talk about her mantras and your experience in A Course in Miracles. I love it. And I love it when you two laugh together. It's very good for my soul, I'll say. But I'm good. I am happy to participate tonight. I just feel like, I've shared with you that, I just feel like some of this stuff is really starting to really penetrate a little bit deeper. So it's in my awareness more, and I feel like it's getting easier to kind of be the new person, the spiritual person is, what I mean, like the Bible new person,
Yeah.
And, I went to New York last week to visit my daughters. And, I said to them, pick any restaurant you guys want to go. I'm going to take you out to lunch. Like, I just went for the day. Like, we're going to have a good day. And, we went out to lunch, and it was so nice because they picked a nice place, and, we were just sitting there having a nice time. And I wasn't like really that concerned about money, and was, get what you want. And then I, and I'm not sharing this like to boast or anything, but just like when, I got the bill, like I just left a really generous tip. And I'm only sharing that because for me, like those are the things that even if I had money, like I'd always have anxiety. Like that was the part that was always so frustrating for me. Cause like, even when I have what I want, I was always worried, or I'd have the anxiety. So it felt really good to be there and just be present, just be in the moment. I had cash in my wallet. I had, my debit card, like everything was good. And I really enjoyed that, like just being there with my daughters and being able to do things with them that I've always wanted to do, without having the fear.
That's beautiful.
And that just feels really good because I feel like I'm finally starting to let go of the fear a little bit.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love that. Oh, yeah.
Like, I was listening to Mia the other day, and I really identified with her mom. Like, I was such a worrier with my kids, like always worrying about stuff. And it's really been like such a big project to like let go of that worry. But I feel like, listening to everybody share their stories and me practicing, like it's becoming more and more real. This principle, which I always believed it was anyways, but I just see things changing. And another thing that happened to me this week, which I thought, I'd share is, I went to work Monday, my first customer, and they forgot I was coming, and they were like, felt bad. So they're like, oh, I'm just going to pay you for, your visit today. And at first I was like, no, that's okay. It was a mistake. And then she was like, no, I want to pay you. And I thought of Key, because I saw myself in her, and sometimes like the image comes to mind, like the reminder, and I was like, okay, thank you. So I got paid to do nothing.
That
so,
part,
like,
woohoo!
Yeah, so all day I was like, I get paid to exist. I think I've heard people say that up here before, and I was just kind of saying that, and it's just getting fun, I think. Like I'm lightening up, and it's really fun.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. Sometimes those thoughts try to creep in about your children, because like my son, he's the youngest, and he drove to, this is the first time he did a road trip. He drove from Illinois to Texas. He drove to Houston, and I just did my best, like, nope, everything's well. Nope. Everything, just to miss it out my mind. Anytime some thought that something could happen, he pulled over, or anything that the mind tried to make, like all these things that could happen right on the road. I was like, nope, just dismiss it. All is well. All is well. All is,
Oh, I know. That, like, especially, I don't know why my daughters live in New York, so they don't really drive much, but my son, for the longest time, I used to have a lot of fear with him driving.
Okay. Yeah. So
and
you just gotta
feeling.
You just gotta retrain the mind,
Well, that I did get good at, because one time he didn't come home like all night, and I was up all night sick. Every headlight that went by my house, I thought was going to be a police car. And then when I found out he was okay, I said, I am never
doing that again.
Because I'm like, it was such, I just said, I have to let this go because it'll consume me. Because at that one night, it did.
Yeah.
The mind is a powerful thing when you can't control it.
That's why it's all about self-mastery, right? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's why I appreciated the post you made today about Abdullah, because I think sometimes I forget like just the amount of commitment that I have to have to just believing, in what I want, like the things that I desire, like, and that is like you said, like slamming the door in your face, like there's no other option.
Mm-mm.
And I just need to be reminded of that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm still like building my strength and I'm still building that, mind muscle.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're doing absolutely wonderful. Absolutely
Yeah,
wonderful. Yeah, you're doing an
I
amazing
feel-
job. Right?
Well, that's like I feel like I'm having fun with it. Finally, I'm lightening up. I'm seeing that it's I see in real time. Like I'm catching more and more. Oh, I did that.
Mhm.
And I'm even like when I talk to my kids, like if something really good happens now, I'm like, oh, you manifested that. Like I'm like pointing it out to them because they believe in it too, but like I want them to be able to also connect the dots in real time. Like I think sometimes people believe in manifesting as like a theory.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to make them more mindful.
Right, that you're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, and that you created that good situation in your life because again, a lot of times, even when people, and I think especially young people, believe in manifestation, they don't see that I think they want a specific thing, and so they don't see that everything comes to them by their thoughts,
Yeah.
So, I like that I feel like my conversations with my kids are changing because of that too,
That's beautiful. Wonderful.
Yeah, so it's like really becoming integrated into my like psyche.
Yeah, when you can actually notice it, because Neville Goddard would say, sometimes we will forget, or because it happens such in a natural, normal way, we think it would happen anyway, so we kind of dismiss it, right? Like you don't recognize, oh no, you caused that, regardless of what the external factors were.
Right.
It was your thoughts, it was your beliefs that brought it into being.
Yeah, and I noticed too, like, when things like one of the things I kind of took from Joseph Murphy, he gave someone a prayer, and I kind of adapted it myself. But every morning, I just kind of sit when I'm waking up, and it's like divine love goes before me, making straight, joyous, glorious, easy my path or my way. So like sometimes like something will happen and I'll, in my day, and I'll start to, panic, like that first reaction. But then it's like, I kind of say that and I kind of, I repeat it and I just kind of, oh, everything's in order, everything's working out for me. And then it does, and so I like, again, it's like just having the tools to kind of counter my old thoughts and remembering them.
The power of awareness, being aware.
Yeah, and that kind of happened to me today too, because I left my phone at someone's house, and the woman is in her 80s. She's a little bit demented, and she's deaf, and she can't hear the doorbell. And I started to panic, and then I'm like, nope, I'm getting my phone back today. And I kind of banged on the door for a little while, and finally she heard me because I did ring the doorbell, but she didn't hear it. So I'm going to try banging on the door, and she did hear it, and I was like, but that's how I'm using this now. So it's just really working well for me.
Love it.
And one other thing I'll share, and this is the other thing of like, people mirroring, being your mirror is, I was going through a bit of a funk last week, and it was just a little bit of burnout, but like, when you're tired, sometimes your old thought patterns can come back, or and I was listening to you, and I didn't really get a chance to listen for a long time, but I knew it was like I just came on. I was doing something else, so I think I was on the train or something back, and I couldn't really listen to you, but someone was sharing something. I don't even know who it was, but they were kind of talking about something they didn't like, and you said to them like 3 times, but you keep talking about it. And I really was like, I keep thinking what I don't want, and that's the difference. Like, I feel like more and more when I notice like my thought patterns, like I'm making the choice. Yeah. And that's why, and with this, like, that's why I just appreciate you so much, because you just tell, like, you're like a doula. You're our doula.
You know what they say about, I don't know if you heard it say about us Sagittarius. We straight up no chasers. We gonna give it to you real, brother. We're not here to really hurt your feelings, but we're here to keep it on the real. We don't, I don't know how many Sagittarius is, but most of us are not. We don't like to play games. We like to like give it to you straight as it is. Like, not so much to hurt your feelings, but to keep it real. Like, to keep it honest and truthful. Like, we don't placate.
Well, I mean, I've said this before, but that's why I'm here. Because, I mean, I know this stuff, but that part of me that, when I was in a funk, I was going into victimhood. I was feeling sorry for myself. Not about anything big, but I was just kind of down in the dumps a bit. And, and then I heard, and I knew, like, that was a mirror of me. Like, and so again, like, it wasn't about the other person. It was like, you were, like, speaking to me through that person, or that person was, mirroring something that I was struggling with a little bit, a different form, but I needed the cold hard, you keep talking, and because I keep thinking about it. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's a little bit of a reflection.
Yeah, and it feels good to be here tonight. I missed last week, so
okay. Yeah, good to have you here as always. Yeah, I did. I came on pretty late last
I was
time.
like in bed.
Yeah.
So I get up early, so sometimes, like, a lot of times on Wednesday I'll fall asleep listening, which I do like, because I feel like it goes into my subconscious. But
yes.
Thank you so much, Toyia.
Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much too, Cheryl. Yes. So welcome, YouTubers. Hello, I am Seer. Welcome. You say 86 degrees. It's like 90-something degrees here. Feel like 100 and something. Woo. It's so humid, no wind. It's like, woo. I open up that door. I'm like, let me step out. I ain't stepping outside. I can feel it when I just open up the door. I'm going to stay right here in the cool. So you're new to YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, share button, like, and comment below. Welcome. No one's here to argue. If you're looking Jehovah Pennywise Christ to argue, you're in the wrong room. You could call me running from you all you want. I'm not having a conversation if you're trying to come up here to debate. No, thank you. Hello, Miss Kitty. How are you? Welcome.
Hey. First, all my stuff is off topic. First, I didn't know you were Sagittarius. Oh my God. I'm a Libra with like 3 or 4 planets in Sagittarius.
Oh, so wow. Okay.
I am a Sagittarius. I love Sagittarius.
Oh.
I didn't even know.
Yep.
And second, I've been napping all day because I've been in a relaxed state,
I know, yes.
And how come I dreamed about T.I. and Tiny? They came by the house.
Really? All right. It's entertaining. Okay.
And I had some greens on the stove in the kitchen. You know how the kitchen be. You clean up along the way, but after you eat, it get a little messy because then you get full. Then you got to sit down for a minute. So T.I., Tiny was there before T.I. So then he came in and he ate a fork full of greens. And she was like, "Are they good too?" He's like, "Yes, sir." And then... Now in the dreams, you know how dreams go, and I had to go on a long distance trip and I needed to drive. Why he give me his big old black Escalade to drive?
What? Okay.
I'm hanging out with the superstars in my dreams. That's a good sign.
I know, right? Oh, what?
So I'm just now coming down from that experience because I just woke up a few minutes ago and saw that you were on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, now they come eating greens. What kind of greens did you cook?
Turnip.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because I've been
Love
thinking
it.
about turnip greens a lot, and so I got some in the fridge. I got to cook.
Nice, nice. My husband growing collards.
Oh my God, I love them all.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
And
really
I
like. I
don't.
don't really care for the collards because they so thick. I'm like they really have to be cooked down to be, to get those
Yeah, you got to
tender
cook them
textures.
down.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And I don't cook them with meat. I just cook them with onions and celery, surprisingly enough, and garlic. So good, and a little olive oil. Delicious.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yep,
Nice,
and Chia, I
nice.
was like, delicious.
Delicious. Not tea. I'm like, what were you watching? Were you watching any videos or something or
No,
movie?
I hadn't seen them in a while.
Oh
I hadn't
wow.
seen. I did see them on some stage, just passing on social media, and I admire just the idea of the marriage, and how they appear to be so happy and a real couple, and that was that. But that's been, I know it's been a couple of months,
Okay.
but anyway,
That's cool.
and I think about you and your husband and how much I admire your chemistry together and your story, and how beautiful you two are together. It's like y'all look like y'all supposed to be together.
I love it.
So nice.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Say match made in heaven, as they say. Say hello, Lamont.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. Hello, Lamont. Roger. Say we all love our beloved Toyia. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I love all the love. I love all the love. Spreading all the love. Yes. So as we talk about what it is that we want in this third dimensional space we call reality, the question is just always going to be, what do you want? Hey, I am Tam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Say the mustard greens, I know, right? So that when my mother used to make greens, it was mustard green and turnip. Those were the two they put together. Collards would be on their own. But
Right, mustard and turnips. That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I got older, I mostly like kale. I'm more of a kale greens. So yes. What do you want? And then and sometimes you realize a lot of people never really think about it because they don't think they can have it, right? We weren't really taught, many of us weren't taught that you actually could be whatever you wanted, right? That all you had to do was really delve into your imagination, like really, really talk to yourself. And imagination can be used in many forms, right? Yes, it can be used to envision, to create a storyboard in your mind. And it also can be created just through talking to yourself, right? We think that, imagining is just all about trying to see a vivid scene in our mind. When no, because I don't see vivid scenes in my mind. Now, like I can see scenes, I'm not going to say that. I can see scenes in my mind of things that have already took place and I want to revise it. But when it comes to things I want to experience in a quote unquote future now, I don't need to see what that looks like. I very rarely see what that looks like unless I have some sort of dream. But usually a lot of dreams comes from me remembering something differently. I have yet to have a prophetic dream where it was something that I had not experienced and then I dreamed it and then it happened. So well, no, let me take that back. I forgot I did dream about Toxic, so that's not true. And I wasn't even trying to dream about her. But that was kind of like a one-off because that's something like that, something that I've never experienced before, or maybe I don't remember, right? Because we don't always remember. We dream and we don't always remember our dreams. So I forgot about that. So, but just to say the least, that you don't always have to have pictures in your mind in order for your manifestation to become a reality. All that's required is your speech. All you have to do is say what you want and then let it go. Many of us have recognized that's a lot of how we manifest. It's then when we came into understanding, the awakening or remembering who we are, we start thinking we had to do all of these different processes, right? We thought we had to come up with all these different techniques. But when we look back over our life and we just said things and we kind of let them go, and then we saw it happen, that's how simple it is. But when we came into this understanding, people wanted to complicate it and say, no, 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 this is the only way it can happen. You must do it this way. You must do it. You must feel it. You must, say these affirmations 10,001 times. You must spend an hour in meditation. You must listen to subliminals. You must hypnotize yourself. And it's like, but you've been manifesting your whole time and you weren't doing any of that. You were just, a lot of your things that you were getting, it came from worrying and complaining and doubting, but it's because you were giving your attention to those things. So at the end of the day, that's what was happening. It was your attention to it. And you just couldn't loose and let it go. You just kept letting that become something you would rehearse. And you just kept rehearsing the unwanted. And you just kept rehearsing the unwanted. And then you just kept rehearsing the unwanted. And even then, some of your fears never played out. Some of us had great fears, and we, like Cheryl was saying earlier, right? She's worrying about her children and all that, and then nothing even figured out. Nothing happened. Everything all was well, and said, "I'm never gonna do that again." That sleepless night was like not even worth it. Having those thoughts just, because that just shows you everything that we think about doesn't always manifest itself, right? But what did manifest? You experienced it in your mind, even if you didn't experience it in reality. That's why, or in the physical. That's why Neville says, imagine is the only reality. Because you imagined the worst and had all the feelings and torment in your mind as though the worst thing was happening, and it never did. It never played itself out. But you experienced it in your body. You had a sleepless night. You had a tormented mind. When, once you learn that, my thoughts can torment me, I need to change the way I think. That's what the scripture says again. Fear is torment. Fear is torment. But you know that if you still keep thinking about something very strongly, it will play itself out. If you continue to give your attention to that thing. That's why we're grateful for mercy. We're grateful for that the law is merciful. That you can change your thoughts where you can interrupt the thing that you don't want to bring forth. You can interrupt that. So that's what the law is merciful, because there is a quote unquote time delay in this third dimensional space where everything we think does not become a manifestation, thankfully. Because just like all of those wayward thoughts we had that didn't come into reality, some are some of the thoughts that you have about the things you thought you wanted that didn't become a reality, right? It plays itself on both sides. When you give yourself attention to something with enough focus, it will. And sometimes we're like, well, I didn't give myself a whole lot of focus to some things. I kind of just thought about it, and then I forgot it, and then it happened. And then other things, I was like intense about it, very intense about it, and then that thing didn't happen. Like, why is that? Why does sometimes I can think of something and release it, and it comes with ease and effortlessness, and then other things, I focus on it, and I focus on it, and I feel really good about it, and then nothing happens. Why is that? Because I question that too. Be like, what's going on with the law, right? The thing is that the super focused thing, you never released it. You kept holding on to it, so it could not bloom. That's why when you're thinking about something, you have to think about it from the state of already having it and not from the state of wanting it. So when you continue to, some things you will continue to want, and you never see yourself with it. You never truly believe you can have it. You thought that, well, I kept talking about it, but you were talking about it from the absence of it. And that's what the law, there's no mistake in the law. The mistake is in the use of the law. And sometimes we're not always aware that, oh, I was thinking about it, I was focusing on it, but I was thinking of it and focusing from a place of, from it being absent from me, not that it was actually a part of me or in my reality. And so that's what we have to be aware of. Okay, so I don't know what does TMH means. TMH asked me what I wanted, and I said a certain amount of money. So now all I do is say I am, I have, and thank you, and received everything. 7 years of celebrating, no drugs and alcohol, no toxic family members. All right, all right. They say my body's in the 5D, but my mind is in 10. What is 10D? Not 10D. I am non-binary, waiting for my husband. I saw your vlog with your husband. Beautiful. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't know about all the, I know we talk about 5D, 4D, 6D. Say not 5D, not 10D. So many dimensions. All I know is I would just want my thoughts, the things that I like, to just show up in the third dimensional space. That's all, right? The things I want, let me see it manifest physically. Right? But you got your husband. You can have exactly what you want. Congratulations on your 7 years of, alcohol and drug free. Love it, love it, love it. Congratulations to you. Glad to see your sobriety is strong. Continue to maintain that state that all is well, and live from that end state of being well, of celebrating life. Celebrating life. And so what do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do you want? You can have it. See yourself with it. Give it to yourself. It's so easy. Like I said, the 4 steps are really one step. You're deciding what you want. You're deciding to acknowledge it. You're deciding to accept it. And you're deciding to receive it. See, it's all decisions. Decisions, decisions, decisions. You're just making a decision. You're just deciding what you want, giving it to yourself, accepting the reality of that state, accepting that all that you have is yours, and all that you desire already belongs to you. That's why you are desiring it. And the moment you start questioning it, that's when you have to slam the door on doubt, slam your door on negativity, slam the door of impossibility. Because all things are possible when you accept the reality of it. That's all believe means. Believe just means to accept something as true, accept something as real. That's all that's required. I love to say be, no, do. It's really not much to do. When you discover, when you truly understand the law, you will find that you'll be doing less and being more. Do less, be more, right? You will find that there's not much you need to do when you operate from the state of being. Because the end of being is having. And we've been hearing all of these beautiful manifestations. I have a little cute manifestation myself. So I played the lottery yesterday. I bought me because we have both of them in our state, right? I know every state doesn't have both, but we have the Powerball as well as the Mega Millions. I bought one of each. And with the Powerball and with the Mega Millions, they went up. There's $5 a ticket for that one, and the Powerball is still $2. Where with the Mega Millions, they automatically give you they give you that multiplier for the Mega Ball. So I end up getting the Mega Ball, and the multiplier was 10 times the amount. So I won myself $100. Woohoo! Cheers to me. Oh, I went to that thing. I was like, it said you have won. Y'all get the little message through the email or whatever. Because I play on my phone. That's how I play. I will play in person, but a lot of times the convenience of the telephone, right? I buy my tickets on my phone. So yes. Go ahead, Miss Kitty.
I was gonna say whoop whoop.
And I withdrew $95 and put it in my account, and then bought me another, kept $7 in and bought me another two more tickets. Bought me another Mega Millions and another Powerball. So I'm like, they say all it takes is one ticket, and you got to play to win, right? Somebody's going to lotto, right? Might as well. Somebody's going to win, right? You got to tell you, somebody's going to win. It might as well be me. And how I'm going to win if I don't play? How I'm going to win if I don't buy a ticket, right? Hey. So, it's just, whatever needs to happen is going to happen. So, I'm like, yes, I'm like, I know the jackpot is, I know, but, and it's just like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I was like, So after I won that, I did I think I meditated for I think I ended up falling asleep. Like Miss Kitty said, she took a nap. So I laid down in my bed at 1 o'clock. Let's see, 1 something. And then I realized I had been laying for I woke up at 4 something. And for the most part, to me, I was meditating most of that time. But I'm sure I dozed off at some time or what have you. And I was just getting in the mindset of already having the jackpot, right? I'm like, well, actually, how I talk about revision? So I was saying, well, actually, I had all 6 numbers. And so I just let myself play with that reality and it ended up being 3 hours. I didn't put no time I was going to do it. I was just like, let me lay down and let me just play with that actuality of, let me revise this. Not only did I get the Powerball, but I got all 6 numbers. And so what would I do? Like how I got the message from the email, and because it doesn't tell you what you win, you have to go into the app to see what the results were. And so I'm like, well, okay, so I look at the email, it tells me I'm a winner. Like I do everything I did up until I look in the app. And then I'm like, well, actually, it's not just one number that's lit up, it's all 6 numbers. And then I'm asking myself, okay, so what would I do after that? Would I call my husband? Would I text my husband? What would I do? Would I tell him, just come home now? Or would I, and then would I tell my children? Would not tell them? I'm just playing with it, and then I was like, and then just let the mind continue to expand with that reality of, yeah, okay, yeah, I won, yeah. Actually, I said, that's what I was saying when I would rebuy something. What actually happened was, this is what actually happened. And so that's what, just continue to play with that, right? Just what actually happened was, actually, I got all 6 numbers. Actually, I got all 6 numbers. So that's how I do my revisions. And actually, I got all 6 numbers. Actually, yeah, I got all 6 numbers. I'm just gonna keep playing that. Because that's what I do. When I revised, many of you heard me talk about the argument that I had, and I was like, well, actually, if I don't say anything, that argument never takes place. And I kept replaying it and kept rehearsing it in my mind, and then the world showed me, yep, you never have to apologize, you never have to talk about it. The world reflected back to you that all was well. There was no hard feelings, and so many of you have heard me tell that manifestation story, but. Yes, hey, Steven. Yeah, he said win the game before you play. That part. That's how you got to do. You got to see yourself with it. You got to see yourself, actually, because I already won, and I could just revise the winning, right? You could have it, or you could do remember when. I remember when, right? It's so many. That's what we love about Neville Goddard, right? He gave so many simple quote unquote techniques, but all he's doing is telling you how to talk to yourself regarding your desire. We call them techniques, but you already talk to yourself, and he's just telling you this is probably one of the best ways to talk to yourself, to convince yourself of a reality that you want to experience and see yourself experiencing in the moment, in the now, right? So say, isn't it wonderful? I remember when, or you create a scene, or he would say, take 3 to 5 words and say them as a lullaby, right? Or you could be like, I'm rich. You could make up any 3 to 5 words, something that resonates with you, that is convincing you of the reality in which you have. And you just also just want to normalize it. That's what is the trick, to normalize it. And how do you normalize something? You're not concerned about it. It isn't weird, right? It's natural to you. And so I know we're talking about having the book club, and so I did put in the Facebook group that we're going to close the poll for the book club on Saturday, because we'll start the book club on July 25th at 10 a.m. And right now we have Neville Goddard's book, The Feeling is the Secret. And when I was first reading his book, it took me a while to understand what he was saying about feeling is the secret, because I was reading other books that he was talking about, and he would always say he's not talking about your feelings. And so I think I read that book like 3 or 4 times before I understood that he wasn't talking about our emotions. He was talking about the naturalness of having it. The feeling is using the 5 senses in your mind, right? So when he's talking about feel it real with the 5 senses, right? So maybe you go to a house and you're touching the railings, or maybe you're hearing someone congratulate you, right? That's incorporating the 5 senses in your mind. That's what feeling is the secret is. It's feeling it real, making it a reality to you by extending your 5 senses beyond, in your mind. So whether you're smelling something, right? If you wanted someone to bring you a bouquet of roses or lilies, or and you can distinguish between those scents, then you could use that in your imagination. You could smell it, like just like what a lemon smells like, what an orange smells like. You can use that to help you manifest your reality. Or you can see it, which is what a lot of people use visualization, see it in your mind's eye. Or you can hear it. So mine is more hearing. So that's why I talk. I just talk to myself, because that's the hearing aspect of it. I'm hearing it inwardly. By me saying it, that is enough. And then some people will say, well, he would say that touching is probably the strongest. But again, it's how you're determining what works for you, right? So some people will say, oh, I imagined hugging somebody, or shaking someone's hand, or touching I can imagine myself touching the wheel of the car I'm going to drive, or I could feel myself in the bed in the room of my mansion that I want to live in, or I can see myself, I can, feel myself, on an airplane, and I can, experience the takeoff or the landing or whatever, or I can feel the sand between my toes, or what, so that's what he means by feeling is the secret. Are we having interruption on the live? I'm sure those on the panel probably aren't, because a lot of times when it's happening, it be those that's not on the panel. Is the live pausing for anyone else? Let me know on TikTok. Well, yeah, Miss Kitty, you're on the panel, so you may not experience it, but people in the chat may. Anyone else in the chat experiencing a pause? Okay. So I am Sam said no pause for her. Tyson, maybe you go back out and come back in. Okay. I see the toxic on it, boy. She getting those folks out of here. But I don't know if does anyone else have anything regarding manifestations? Anyone else want to come up and talk about, their manifestation journey? How they, have you found that the law is, is it effortless? Is it, are you being easy with yourself? I used to like that Abraham Hicks would say that, right? Be easy with yourself. A lot of times, if you're not getting your manifestation, if it appears to be taking a whole lot of time and it's not coming in the way you thought it should come, a lot of people will get down on themselves and will beat themselves up and get triggered like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And you just have to recognize that, things come when they're supposed to. And the only delay is your belief that it hasn't already happened. I was watching this one Instagram reel where I don't know if you guys have heard of B Simone. She's a very popular. She used to be on Wild and Out with Nick Cannon, and she got a lot of clap back because she had put out this journal, this journal that she had sold, all across, I guess all platforms, and people were saying that she had stole the information. And then she had gotten to the spiritual field and then went back to Christianity. And then she had went on this weight loss journey, but she was using the GLP-1s, right? And she was being open about those different situations. But of course, when it came to the Christianity part, she's leaning into, being a Christian, which of course there's no problem with that. But she was talking about how when she went on the weight loss journey, how she wanted things to happen so quickly, right? And she had lost like all of this weight on GLP-1, but she said her gut health had got messed up. And as soon as she stopped using the GLP-1s, she gained 30 pounds back. And so for her, the revelation was to stop trying to rush God. Stop trying to rush the process. To allow things to play out in a natural, normal way instead of trying to make things happen. And I like that she was saying that, even though, our understanding of what God is may differ, but it's still the same law, right? She recognized her trying to be something and hurry up something and rush something along was really causing destruction or catastrophe in her life. And she had to recognize that, there's no rush to hurry up and get the weight off. There's no rush to try to hurry up and be successful or to gain the wealth. That everything will happen in its perfect time. This is where the script comes in when it says the blessings of the Lord makes you rich and adds no sorrow. When you try to make the blessing, that's when you have all kind of sorrow. That's when you don't really enjoy the manifestation. So yes, she was getting the accolades, she was getting the money, she was getting the weight loss, but it wasn't a blessing from the law. It was things she was doing on the outer, trying to look a certain way, trying to present a certain way, and then she was experiencing all of these hiccups. That's why, yes, your only job is to say what you want, is not to ever try to make it so. Right? So when you decide that you're going to be a certain weight, you're just going to effortlessly have a desire to do certain things that is going to bring the weight off. It's just going to be a natural, normal thing. Whether you decide you're going to do Pilates, yoga, you're going to walk more, you're going to do cardio, you're going to weight lift, whatever it is, whatever it is, it's going to be something that's effortless for you. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Say, I want weight be gone now. And the shot was created with no. So is that what it is? Is the shot bit? Is that what you're proclaiming? Yes. That doesn't have to be your personal experience, right? You can decide that you're taking the shot or the pills, and it has no ill effects on you, right? Because it's your reality. Just because that happened for a lot of other people doesn't mean that has to be your experience, right? Because I'm not saying you shouldn't use the GLP-1. If you feel aligned with that, and you can have the mindset where you're not listening to the world talk about all of the side effects that go along with it, or people saying, well, this happened to me and this happened to me, and that just because it happened to them doesn't mean it has to happen for you. Their experience does not have to be your experience, right? You can dictate, you can decree and declare that, yes, I'm taking this, pill or this shot, and all is well. My body has adapted to this, and it is going swimmingly, right? It's I'm getting great results. You know, my body has adapted to whatever's going on with, right, to shed the weight, and I'm still in great health. Yep. They say I started at 232.61, and I started a 21 detox of sugar and still counting today. I just finished a 21-day detox of processed food. Sonabella got the other. Oh, okay. Nice, nice. Yeah, whatever you got to do, and it will be, you know, and it will be curated just for you, right? Because there's no one way. It's infinite ways. You just have to find your way to your success. That's why you don't have to move. You don't have to haste. You don't have to move real. You really don't have to do anything. You just have to be still, and then let the ideas flood your mind, and then do what feels natural to you without trying to, force anything. Okay, thank you, Sandy. Blessed night as well. You will find when you move with ease and you don't go against the current, when you don't try to make it so, right? Because you'll get an idea. And sometimes you have to let it marinate. Instead of trying to hurry up and rush it and do it, like, I gotta go there. Remember, the only time is the present moment. So you don't have to worry about no time or missing out or gotta hurry up and make it so. No. Sometimes you have an idea, and just because it came into your mind doesn't mean you have to act now. You can let it sit in your mind and meditate on it and marinate with it, so that you're not forcing and you're not trying to make it so. You're doing it because it's already so. Yes, you said divine timing is real. Yep. Yep. Because you have to move from the place of that you're not making a thing so. Consciousness does not need any assistance from you. But we think it does. We're like, no. We gotta help it along. It's something we must do. And the law says it's nothing that you can do. But be still and know. I'll direct you. I'll show you which way to go. And it will be light and easy. It will be effortless. And when you have decided in your mind that this is the path, that this is the way, you will find that the more you do it, the easier it gets. It just becomes like you don't even have to think about it too much, right? If you decided, I'm going to join this aerobics class, and you're going to commit to it for 3 months, and you're not overthinking, and you're not, you're doing it for the experience of it, and you're just going to be faithful to it, right? Whatever you're deciding to do, that you're going to let your word be your bond, right? And you will find that you can do it effortlessly. Yep. You said power comes in numbers. With you and God, you are always the majority. God don't need no numbers. Right? Have you read the book of Numbers? There's you and God are always the majority. You don't need other people to realize your desire. Not to say that other people won't play a part, but you don't need any assistance from man. Let the infinite mind direct you, because it will. It's when we put ourselves in the way is when things start to go astray. You gotta do is say, trust in the law. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. What does that mean? Stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to figure out the how, because it's already done. Since it's already done, what is there to figure out? That's what it means to lean not into your own understanding. In all thy ways, acknowledge him, and it will direct your path. It will take you down the path of righteousness, of right thinking, of the right way, because that is the nature for his namesake, says Psalm 23, right? Leads you down the path of righteousness for its namesake. Leads you down the path of right thinking, right choices, right decision, because that is the nature of the I am. The nature of the I am is right thinking, right doing, right action. The only one that has to be on one accord is me, myself, and I. That's all I got until the end. That's what I found out. That's the only one that had to be on one accord. Me, myself, and I. I don't need to put my trust in anything else outside of the I am within me. As Miss Kitty said, the only way out is in, is within. And how has that worked? Overcome what world? Because how has that worked? The world continues to do it. Everybody always trying to bring folks together. Just tell me, how has that worked out? Has that changed? Has that worked out? Trying to convince people everybody needs to work together. Has that really worked out? Trying to save the world. How many people saved the world and succeeded? That's all I want to know. How many people came together, saved the world, and they succeeded? Go ahead, Miss Kitty.
Zero.
Everybody trying to save the world.
I know, because I tried.
You tell me your standpoint. I know I'm gonna get jumped. There's a lot of women in here, so I know I'm gonna get jumped. So,
well, normally on my live, we come in on the panel and we mute up, and then I ask you to unmute and I greet you and I say, "Hey, how you doing?"
I'm sorry. I'll mute myself. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem. And I say, "Hello, welcome, children of God. How are you tonight?" You can
I'm doing well.
Beautiful. So what's on your mind?
I just want to know what the topic is, because I don't know if I.
Why don't you see? What does the prompt say?
You got a lot going on.
I ain't no lot. I said it's manifesting Wednesday. You heard of manifestation, right? Today is Wednesday. The question is, what do you want? And those are the 4 steps to manifesting based off Mark 11:24.
So you are for manifestation. So you ain't know for the Bible. You are for manifestation.
And I use the Bible, because the Bible for me is a manifestation book. Don't you see Mark 11:24? Are you familiar with that script?
I'm sorry. I ain't trying to. Hey.
I'm just saying. Are you familiar with that script? Are you familiar with that script?
To get a common ground.
Okay. Hey. No hostility here. It's all in love.
What you believe in, man?
Myself.
You don't believe in God?
I am God.
So you is God.
And so are you.
No, I've been there before.
What you mean?
When I was 18, I've been there before.
You've been here or been? What did you?
I've been there on a spiritual journey.
Oh, okay. So why did you? Why did you switch up?
Because I understand that we can't make ourselves equal to God. There's no way in hell that you can do that.
But do you know who God is? When I say I am God, do you know what I'm saying?
No, like when you say you God,
I'm saying the mind. The
No,
mind.
okay.
The
I'm
mind
saying
is
my
the
perspective.
right.
My perspective.
Go ahead.
I got from that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was watching that boat doing yoga, meditating. I was doing all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that just led me to God even more.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing is,
when I'm trying to make myself equal to God, it's no different than Satan. So how can I pick up my cross and walk with it when it's like I'm trying to be him? I'm not him. I'm his creation.
So what led you to what circumstances of life led you to this reality that you didn't see the correlation between the thoughts you think and the things you
Oh,
experience?
no. First of all, look, affirmations is powerful. What you think on the daily is powerful. How you tell yourself is powerful. I believe in that.
Okay.
Even as Christianity,
Okay.
you can't be no one that, you know, you got to tell yourself the right things in your head for you to believe in something.
All right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I accepted that. That only led me so far. Is what I'm trying to tell you. It's
So
not.
how much further did you want to go that thinking the right way wouldn't lead you to? Where else were you trying to go?
The truth.
Okay. So when you start thinking a certain way in your mind, you said the power of affirmations, the power of your words, which is what the Bible says, right? Life
As a
and
man
death.
thinketh, so is he.
Right, and life and death are in the power of the tongue,
Of
right?
the tongue.
Right.
Correct.
So understanding this truth, understanding that reality, how much further were you trying to go that truth wouldn't take you?
I mean, it ain't like how you putting it, but
What you mean how I'm putting it? I'm asking a question.
because you trying to say like how far would I go to where my thoughts ain't enough?
Duh, yeah, you're exactly right. That's the
That's how you put it,
question.
Ma.
Exactly.
I
So,
respect
yeah,
you.
so can you answer it?
Yeah, I'm not here to have no debate or nothing.
No, it's not a
I'm just trying
debate.
to have
I'm
a
just
conversation.
saying because you said you walked this path, and I'm trying to figure
I
out
did that when I
what
was
the
18 years old. I'm
what was the
27 now.
detour? What was the detour? What took you off the path?
It wasn't even a detour. It was like an enhancement.
Okay, so what are you getting from God that you weren't getting from
The truth, revelation.
the truth of your own mind?
No,
What did
revelation.
God? What was this revelation?
The revelation is just period.
Is it that you're trying to go to heaven or something? Trying to miss hell? I'm trying to understand.
Oh, because I always thought I was going to heaven.
Okay.
You know? Like, by my good deeds, I'm thinking I'm going to heaven.
Okay.
You know? But it wasn't that.
What was it?
Because, mind you, we all got faith on some type of belief.
Mm-hmm.
So my belief wasn't in, okay, you just meditate, wake up, and affirmations, and you just saying all this, and that's what you're going to be. No. God designed you to be a way that you're going to be how he wants you to be. And free will was always like a debate to me.
Okay.
Because if I'm doing my will, it's not God's will. You know? Because God desires accuracy. So if we don't have accuracy in our life, I'm not doing what God want me to do. Just like in Daniel. Daniel's first time he fought the warriors. He said what? He prayed to God. He said, what should I do? He said, march straight ahead. And the second time he fought him, he said, no, we're going to go around this time. Sit down. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
But if Daniel went to the second battle, how you went the first battle, when we supposed to have accuracy, he would have died. Because that's not the way that God wanted it to be. Because we have our own perspective is good. You know what I'm saying? Our own perspective ain't bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it still ain't the will of God. That's why Jesus came and said, I do nothing but what I seen the Father do. I say nothing but what I seen the Father say.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not our will. That's why he said, let not my will be done, but your will be done.
Yeah.
That is becoming a servant. So when you sit here and think that your will gonna be done outside of the will of God, even though that's why you say in the end times, many will say, Lord, I prophesied in your name. I did this and that in your name. But he'll say, get away from me, for I never knew you. So what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It means that they had their own agenda, their own will.
Okay, and then but in a greater scheme of things, Say what you're saying is true. People had their own will. They did things according to their own desires, their own heart. At the end of the day, what does that even mean? What's going to be the consequence of people going their own way, doing their own thing in a greater scheme of things? Do you think do you think there's a judgment at the end of this life? That there's eternal damnation at the end of this life?
So I'm gonna ask you, do you believe in free will?
But you hold on. Are you gonna answer my question before I answer yours?
I'm sorry. No, I ain't
That's okay. That's okay. I'm saying, so is there a judgment at the end of this life? Is there eternal damnation at the end of this life? Because to me, your whole premise is, well, you can't do your own thing. You can only do what God wants you to do. And if you step out of bounds and you start going your own way, my question is, what's the judgment? What's the penalty behind that?
Hell.
Okay, so yes, that's what we would disagree. I don't believe in an eternal damnation for a finite experience.
Just because you want to do your own thing?
Not because I want to do my own thing, because to me, the will of the Father, the will of God, is to love. So if you're doing anything outside of love, then you will get your judgment in this life. You don't have to worry about a next life. The judgment will happen in this life. Because the Christ says it's your words that condemn you, and it's your words that justify you. So you are ensnared by the words of your mouth, says the script.
So you say it's just the words?
When I say your words condemn you and your words justify you, mean your beliefs, your thoughts, your assumptions, your intentions, your purpose.
Right.
You will be judged by those things. And the judgment doesn't happen later. The judgment happens now.
So as soon as you think of it, it happened now.
I didn't say as soon as it, we live in a third dimensional reality where time beats slow. It's not always instantaneous on this third dimensional plane. It can happen 6 months from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, if you end up living that long.
So do you believe the prophets in the Bible was given grace or no?
No, the prophets of the Bible I don't believe that any other people in the Bible ever existed.
None of them?
None of
David?
them. Nope, not a one.
So you think all this was a fabrication?
That all of it are states of consciousness.
States of consciousness. You got to explain that.
States of mind. So, like Moses would represent.
So they're hallucinating.
No, Moses would represent the part of you that has to be drawn out, right? That's what the name of Moses means, to draw out, to bring out of you what's within you.
I don't understand that, sister. You got to help me understand that.
Okay, so
I'm trying to understand.
Whatever's happening within you becomes an expression by you, right? What you think, because like you said, what you think about, you bring about, right? As a man, you quoted the script. As a man thinks,
so is he.
Exactly. So that's the same as Moses. What's in you is being drawn out of you. That's the only state of mind Moses represents, because he also was what? He drew the Israelites out of Egypt, and he led them from one state to another. They was in state of captivity, and he led them to the wilderness. Unfortunately, he could not lead them to the promised land, right? He could not enter the promised land, right? Because the old state of bondage cannot also be a state of freedom. So Moses had to die in the wilderness, the state that believed in captivity. And only Joshua and Caleb and all those of that age, those who were born during the 40-year wandering in the wilderness, only they could enter into the promised land.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay,
So was Moses? You say Moses ain't entered the promised land because he was impure?
Because he represented the old state of bondage.
How did he do that?
Because he experienced captivity. He led the children out of bondage, right?
So this will lead us to our next conversation, because what led him out the land of the promise? You know what God told him?
What?
He said, because you have struck this rock in anger, you will not speak to my people like this. But Moses saying, Lord, I led your people out of Egypt. I did all this, all that. But you're going to punish me because I struck the rock out of anger because they don't believe in you? So it wasn't Moses. It wasn't the fact that Moses did not believe in God. It was the fact that his anger. But God said, what? These are my people. You will not treat them like that. So it's not a parallel that I'm getting from what you're saying.
The anger, what does the scripture say? To anger and sin not. It was angered and okay, hold on. So I'm gonna draw this parallel. The anger of Moses caused him to sin. What is sin? To miss the mark. He thought that he could be the judge maker. That was never his role, to judge the people. His role was to lead the people. He thought he could judge them, which is why he could not enter into the promised land.
No, he was.
No, you just told me that Moses was angry and judged the people, and God came to him and said, "Who are you to operate as me and judge my people? You don't get to enter the promised land." It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Ma, I love you. We having a good conversation right now. But I never put words in your mouth that you didn't say. Okay? I never said Moses said that his people. No, he represented the people in a way that God did not like. So when they was feeding for bread, for water, Moses struck the rock. That's what made him not go into the promised land. That's why God said you will not enter the promised land because you did this, because they are my people, because of the anger of Moses himself. So it wasn't about what Moses did. It was about how he felt because the people's not getting it. You understand what I'm saying, Ma? But at the end of the day,
we both saying the same thing. You just saying it differently. We both said anger was the point, was what caused him to miss out.
No, you saying the problem was of what he did made him miss out. No, it wasn't that. It was
I said his anger caused him to sin. That's what I said. I said his anger caused him to sin. His anger was the result of his actions was a result of his anger, not the cause. Not the cause. The cause was anger, not what he did. We're in agreement there. It's not what he did. It's the anger that caused him to do what he did and to miss out.
Okay, so do you remember Jesus was in the tabernacle when he flipped over all the places? Okay. He got mad and threw over all the tables and everything. You remember that, right? Mm-hmm. But that didn't disqualify him from God, right? Because it was a righteous anger. That's why he said, in your anger, sin not. Righteous anger do not mean the same thing as an evil anger. Do you see what I'm saying?
We're saying the same thing. I said his anger caused him to sin. Jesus' anger did not cause him to sin. His anger was upholding righteousness. What are we doing? We're saying the exact same thing, and you're trying to make it an argument.
The whole point was he get mad at the people. That's why Jesus said, "You get mad at my people. These are my people." Okay. The people that when Jesus was when he flipped the table and all that wasn't his people. Because you have made my house the den of thieves. That's what Jesus said. So that wasn't a house of God. You have turned my house into a den of thieves. It wasn't the same thing with Moses. So when Jesus
wait a minute. You have turned my house. So you're trying to tell me it's not God's house at the same time saying that it's God's house.
I love you, girl.
Like what? What are we doing? How you gonna say that God said you turned my house into a den of thieves and then try to tell me it ain't God's house? Like what we doing?
I think you in Christ right now. I don't know why. I think you just a Trinity of Christ right now. you gotta prove to me that you're not a Trinitarian.
I don't have to prove anything. I just listen. I'm just a good listener. I hear what people say.
What makes you think the Trinitarian not true?
I am the Trinitarian. I am the first, the beginning, and the end, the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega. Because everything begins and ends with me. I am the truth. I am the way. I am the life.
You?
I am. I am.
Jesus or you?
My mind. Remember I told you your mind is God is mind.
This is where we getting afflicted.
I am. But
so you think you the creator that created you. So that means you are the creator. It don't make
The
sense.
mind is the creator in man. On this third dimensional space, the mind is the creator. In this world, on this plane, the mind is the creator. And you know this because you know all things that we see that are made by human hands were first a thought. It all started in the mind, right? The phone or tablet you're talking to me on, the house you live in, the cars you drive, right? You know that was all held in mind before it ever became a physical manifestation. That's what I'm saying. That on this third dimensional plane, the creator is the mind.
So you saying creator is not God, it's the mind.
Yes.
So
I'm saying what the Bible says. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God, and then the Word becomes flesh. I'm saying what the Bible says.
Okay, if you think the Word became flesh, you think you is the Word.
Yes, every being born of woman. Yes, every being born of woman.
You are the creator. You created this universe, man.
The one mind created the universe.
Did
the
you
one
create the
consciousness.
universe? You say you are God. Did you?
But I also say you're God too. I also say you're God. I said we
My
are.
God not the same thing as your God. So don't say that. Your God, what you think is God, did you create this universe? Because you saying you are God.
The universe is. It's not created. It is.
It is?
Yes.
Without a cause?
The cause is it is. It's an existing thing. It's always been and will always will be. It's just like God. Did anything create God?
So
Did anything create God?
Well, you just picked the character.
God just is, correct? Nothing created God, right? It just is.
Okay, so
so is the universe. Nothing created the universe.
Do you have a mother?
It just is.
Do you have a mother?
Okay, we're gonna end this conversation because what?
No,
this
man,
is going. It's not going anywhere. This is not circular conversation where
you had a mother.
right? Because you're asking a question you already know the answer to. Like, what are we doing?
But you know you have a creator, which is your mother. But you want to say you created yourself.
Because you're trying to you're conflating two things. You're talking about the physical body, and that's always talking about the I am. You're talking about the physical representation of me when I was talking about the I am. I said the mind. My mother did not create my mind.
Okay.
And I said the mind was God. I never said my physical representation was God. Although it is God, because God and his creation are never separate. They're one and the same.
No, he deal with his creation. I understand. I understand. But you're trying to say that
God became its creation.
But you're trying to say, Mom, that you don't even understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, I am God who created everything. That's your standpoint. That you don't even know that you're saying.
Who said I didn't know? Who said I didn't know what I was saying? Who said I'm in disagreement with that? You said it. I didn't disagree with you.
So you agree that you created everything?
The consciousness created everything, yes, and I am that consciousness, and so are you. There's no separation there.
So the consciousness got to do something about who created what?
All things.
So you created all things. I'm trying to just connect you to God. I'm just trying to see a point where I can connect you to God.
Okay.
And how do I do that?
By what you just said.
Because your
the consciousness, yes. Consciousness created all things, and we are that consciousness. Consciousness created all things, and we are that consciousness.
What is the consciousness, though, Ma? You don't even know what it is.
It is. It's the awareness. It's the intelligence. It's the wisdom. It's the power. It's the cause of all things. What you mean I don't know what it means? No, you don't know what it means.
Okay,
so you're trying to tell me I don't know something without asking me, do I know it? Can I define it? Which I just did. I just defined it for you, but you don't like the answer. Just because you don't like the answer doesn't mean I'm not giving you a definition.
I understand. I respect that. Because I say the same thing to Muslims and Hebrews. I say that all day. Just because you don't like the answer don't mean I ain't right. I understand.
And it's not even that I ain't right. It's not that I'm not giving you an answer. I'm giving you an answer. I just told you that consciousness is the awareness. It listen, but you have to listen. Consciousness, God is your awareness, is the power, is the wisdom, is the cause.
You're my lighter, babe. Huh?
That's it. But I'm gonna move on to the next caller.
No, it's cool, man. I respect this conversation. I love you.
All right. I
Respect
appreciate you.
I ain't got nothing bad against you.
Okay,
But at the
okay.
end of the day, you have to understand, if you was God, that you're trying to make yourself to be God, but you don't have the knowledge of God, no way in hell that you can be God.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Okay. You're confusing the logical with the spiritual.
Do you want to go to
The
scripture?
carnal with the spiritual. The
See, look, this
spiritual is God. I didn't say that Toyia, the logical side, knows all things or created anything. I said I
No, that's
am.
what
I
God
said
is.
the I am is the creator. My
Okay.
mind is the creator. I never said that Toyia was the creator.
But
Never
that's
said
what
that.
God is. God is the creator. Is he right or wrong? Is he not?
Say that again.
Is God the creator? Yes or no?
It's determining who you saying God is.
Oh my God. It depends on who I say it is. Is God the creator?
Who
Yes
is
or
God?
no?
Who is God for you?
My God
Yeah.
is the creator of the heaven and the earth.
Okay.
So if you don't,
But that doesn't tell me who God is, saying he's a creator. But who is he?
like you want
They're telling me what God did, what God made, but who is God? See, I told you who God was without saying what was created by it. You can only tell me what God is based on what it did. I told you God was mind, but you told me God produces things.
Okay, so you do.
But who is God? Where is God? How do I know this God?
I'm about to tell you and I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm about to tell you and I'm gonna go. Do you believe that all life source came from a life source?
That's not telling me.
So you don't believe all life source came from a life source?
Yes, everything is light. All is light. All is God. All is love.
I'm talking about life. L-I-F-E.
Yes, all is life. Yes, God is life. God is
So
light.
in order for you to have life that you don't even know where you came from, somebody else had to know where you came from. Just like he told Abraham, I know the many hairs on your head. I can count your hairs on your head.
You still haven't told us
you can't do
anything.
that.
You're telling me what I don't know, and you never gave a
because,
defining.
I was in your position before.
You're not answering the question. You never answered the question of who God is. You only told me what God made. That does not tell me what God is or who God is. You only told me what God produces.
Okay. Let me back up. Let me back up because I thought I did, but I didn't. God is somebody that created life. Do you understand that? Timeless. Somebody that's not bound by time.
You're talking about creation. Again, you're telling me what God can produce, but you're not telling me who God is. Can you define God without talking about things that it created?
Okay, I say he's not bound by matter or space. He's not bound by time. He's not bound by any of these things. He is God. He is outside of his creation. So if God is creation, that makes him not God. But the only way you will be God is if you are outside your creation.
I disagree. I say God is one with this creation. So that's what we disagree.
No,
because here's the thing. This is what the Christ said. It was not Jesus. Jesus manifested in the flesh, and he said, "I and my Father are one." Not two. Did not Jesus say that I and Jesus being the manifestation of God, being an expression of the divine, did he not say that I and my Father are one? He did not say that it was me and God, is me as God. I am God. But I'm gonna go on to the next person. I appreciate you.
That's cool.
All right.
Look,
No. I'm going to the next person. Have a great day. Have a great day. Please mute up when you come on the panel. Please. Hey, Mia.
Oh my God, I'm next. Oh. Boy, he was pissed off when you said you was God, boy. Don't say that no more. Don't say God. Don't say I am. Don't say the Christ. Every time you're going to leave. And another thing, you're not God. Where's God? Why do you believe in God? Because he's the heaven and the earth. I'm sorry. I'm so mad I was next because I had to recover from him.
Oh. He's funny. So you need a moment.
Yeah. Like he was fighting to be nothing. Why do you want to be a god?
And he said when he was 18, he was where I was in spirituality. That's why I be like, y'all, I don't know what kind of spirituality they be practicing that it leads them back to Christianity. Because I'll be like, what?
What leads you back to
How did you know yourself and then walked away from yourself? Did you ever know yourself then?
No. Probably not.
How did you experience the true power and then want to go back to a secondary cause?
I don't see how. I don't see how I could ever go back. If it was really real.
Right. If I truly understood how this world works, right? If I truly understood the law of mind, there's no way I'm going back and be bound by some rules and regulations of some organization.
I could never. I mean, I've gone to church since kind of deconstructing, and I literally be sitting there like, get me out of here. Oh my God. Like, I can't believe. And even growing up in the church, I was like, get me out of here in a different way. Like, come on, when's this over? But now I'm just like, this is uncomfortable. This isn't fun at all. This is kind of odd. It's giving kind of cult. It's so performative. It's the same thing every Sunday. These rituals you do on certain Sundays. Do the little altar call. I don't know. But get me out of here. Fast. So, I'll go, but, I don't want to be there too much, Right. It's not very comfortable. So, I'm just over here manifesting, creating the life that I deserve. So.
That's it.
Just making sure you know that you deserve it and being able to relax. I've been listening to a lot of Neville and listening to a lot of stuff about relaxing and how to let go. And that's my most difficult or challenging part of manifestation is letting go and letting things be. And not feeling like you have to do anything or check in on anything and have that doubt, because all that is doubt and lack of trust, and submitting and trusting in, the situation. You don't have to do that. So I really like working on that area of things. So other than that, it works.
It does work. It does work.
You just got to know how to play the game. But once you learn how to play the game,
So when you say that you're learning how to let go, so do you have anything that you've implemented to help you release it and not be so concerned? Because I think the reason why a lot of times people don't let go because of control, right? You're trying to figure out how it should happen, and I need to do something. Right. And you just have to remind yourself, do nothing.
I guess not focusing on time, because I think time is what makes me want control, because you want to know the when and the how. Like, when is this going to happen? Like, I'm ready, and do I need to do something? And I think letting go of the idea of time and just focusing on the present, and things come faster when you just kind of let go. So just kind of focusing on things in the present, not, and then paying attention to my thoughts and focusing my thoughts on the things that I want. Because, sometimes those negative thoughts try to seep in there and attach. And so just really practicing thinking about only positive things all the time. All the time. Daydreaming and like having focused daydreaming sessions. Like, you know what? I think I'm going to take 5 minutes to just daydream on purpose. Yes. Just lay and relax and think about all the things I want in the life exactly how I want it. For 10 minutes. And that's kind of like just meditating. So yeah. So that's kind of what I do.
Yeah. And I like how you said about being more, it's like slowing down, right? Like being more aware of how I'm moving. So I have to catch myself like, why are you rushing? Slow down, be at ease, nothing, and it's almost sometimes like the body's like, what's going on? The body starts like reacting to you like, hold up, I'm trying to, and the body just want to And you got to like talk to yourself, remind yourself, ain't no rush.
You know what's
It's
so funny? And I don't know if it's just the world being your mirror or the representation of what angels really are, but there's been so many people in my life that have told me, relax, stop worrying about it. Maybe you'll get it faster. And these people weren't even into it, but they knew that I was just had that control thing of trying to make things happen. And they've just been people, random people. But people that were in my life that said the same thing.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So
yeah, just chill.
Yes.
And just settle down.
That's why I like surprises, but you don't ever tell me I got a surprise for you. You done messed it up because I'm gonna mess with you.
You gotta know. You gotta know, huh? I gotta know.
Now I'm gonna badger you and badger you and badger you because you done told me. So yeah, I'm just working on that and just so I'm making all the good things happen. So I'll report on it next week.
Beautiful, because it's already done. Nothing to work on, just to be, just more being, just like being, just like, how much can I not do? That's what you gotta ask yourself. How much can I not do? It's so much you cannot do, and then do that. Hello, Miss Ray all day. Welcome.
Hi, long time.
I know. Welcome.
Hi, everybody on the panel. I literally just joined, and then I was like, "Oh, I got something to say, so I'm gonna say it." But I have been listening. I pipe in, or I join your lives, and I listen a bit, and then I think about you all the time. I mean, you're on every day. And then I listen, and then I practice, and then I get mad, and then that whole thing. Because I'm trying to get it right, and then I have to stop myself and say, stop trying, So it's like I take what I'm learning and I try to practice it, and then when it's hard, I get mad. So,
but why are you saying it's hard? Practice. Yeah, why are you saying it's hard?
And I think about that too,
which is of course you can have it your way, right? There's no wrongness in saying it's hard. It's just, is that what you want?
No,
because you get to have what you say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna just listen.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know that I'm trying and I'm doing it, and it's
What are you trying? What are you trying?
Trying to be easy.
So if you're trying, are you being?
Sometimes I am. Yeah, sometimes I am, and then I notice it, and I'm like, oh, that was easy. I didn't even have to do anything. I was just being, and it was easy. This is how it works. And
because trying isn't being. The moment you stop trying, it was the moment you started being.
Yeah.
When you're trying, you're not doing. You're not being. That's when you're trying to make something happen by trying, as opposed to just being.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough.
Yeah. I hear you, but then it's like
the mind is like, that's trippy. What do you mean?
It's like, but is it enough?
It's always enough, because you can't make anything happen.
Okay, let me tell you my good news. You probably don't remember, but a few months back, I was telling you that I was going to go to Ghana. and for like vacation. And my writing group, they are based in Ghana, like this global writers collective that I'm a part of and actually on the leadership board of. And I was just, I said, I want to do things. I want to interview people. But like the organization isn't being very like forthcoming with anything. Like, so I felt like I had to make something happen, like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is how I want it to go. And I can't remember exactly what you said, but I just know that I was upset that things weren't just kind of like laid out for me. Like, oh, you're coming to Ghana? Let's, have you meet this person and this person. And I think you were just telling me to imagine what I wanted. So I kind of just left it alone. I'm like, you know what? I'm just, whatever. I'm not going to like think about it anymore. But one night, one of the members just called me out of the blue, and he just wanted to catch up on his travels. And I just mentioned my trip to Ghana again. And he was like, oh, yeah, you should talk to this person and have him set up this, and you can meet with these people. And I was just like, what? And this phone call happened it was like late, like 10 p.m. And I looked at the phone and I'm like, why is this person like calling me? Because he's like on the leadership board as well.
Okay.
Needless to say, the leader, we're not really that communicative, but anyway, so I was like, well, is there a reason why you're calling me? Was there another reason? And he was like, no, I was just calling to catch up because we hadn't talked in a while. And I was like, oh, but my mind was like, why is he really calling me? Like, how is this happening? Like, he just randomly calling me to tell me about his travels, and then I randomly tell him again that I'm going to Ghana, and he's like, oh yeah, you can talk to all these people. You can talk to anyone you want. You can interview anyone you want. We'll set up some chiefs for you to talk to and some dignitaries. And I'm like, what? I was like, what? Like, I didn't have to. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be easy. So then I mentioned it to our Secretary General, who he's actually in Ghana. And he was like, yeah, it'll be a delight. It'll be a delight to, to have you visit the house, where the organization is based. And then today, sorry, I got distracted. Today I sent him our itinerary. So I'm coming with like a group of like family members. It's a lot of us. And then he's like, yeah, at first I was thinking that I would just kind of just pop in and speak to him and whoever else is there, and then just pop back with like my group. He was like, oh no, bring everybody, and we can have a reading session and everybody can like read like what they've written, and we can so it's just, I don't know, it's just becoming like a bigger like thing, like I don't know, like a more official thing. And so now I'm going to talk to our tour guides to see if they can like fit in like an allotted amount of time to go, like to bring everybody to the organization, to just meet everybody there. And so I said to the Secretary General, is like, well, what's a good selling point? Like, are you going to have my picture on the wall? Okay. Because I'm on the leadership, board. And he was like, yeah, send me a picture so we can put it on.
Okay, all right. So they know who I am.
And the reason why I'm laughing is because, like, I think out of nervousness or just kind of like, I can't believe this, but It's because last year I remember saying I'm ready for the global stage.
Yes, I remember you saying that too.
Yeah, I said that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started getting these global opportunities, but they were like, because I wasn't used to them, so I kind of like side-eye them, like, wait, well, what is this? Well,
you're being skeptical, huh?
Yeah, I was just like, well, how am I really gonna do this? Like, so one of the members, he is in Egypt, and he has this publication, and I messaged him, and I was like, hey, I'm writing some stuff, and he was like, I wanted to know what his submission process was. And he was like, of course you can submit anything. The way he said it, it just seemed so easy that I was like...
You thought it was going to be all these different steps and roadblocks, and it was going to have to be all this stuff you had to do. And they're like, no, just send it over.
So when I get to send it over, then I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, oh my God, but like, wait, so just write something right now and send it, and then you're going to publish it?
Like what? So what did you think? You're funny. Like your mind didn't allow you to like yes, you can have this simple, easy thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because my mind is like, okay, there's a process. Then once you got to pitch your idea. Then they got to review it, and then they can say, okay, send us 800 words on this topic, and then they're gonna give some edits, and then they're going to tell you when they could publish it. But he's like, oh yeah, just send it. And then the president of the organization, when I was talking to him and I mentioned this publication, he was like, oh yeah, we can submit things to them. We can. And I'm like, why is everybody making everything so easy?
I love it, love it, love it.
So yeah, this is like,
I guess it's all new to you, right? That's what I was just about to say. It's all new to you because you always thought things had to be difficult, and your world is showing you, your consciousness is showing you, no, this is the simplicity of manifestation, regardless of how you keep saying it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be hard, and
like there's a way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who know, and you have to figure it out so you can know too. And then you tell people how to do it because you got to help other people figure it out. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah,
but I'm loving it that everything is just going just easy peasy, fresh and squeezy. Don't get scared of the ease.
I'm nervous. Like I'm like kind of nervous right now because
you're like bracing for something for the bottom to fall out.
Yeah, it's just like, wait, I'm just like, this is gonna happen? This is gonna be amazing, and I get to be a part of this, and it's gonna be amazing and great, and
yeah, that's all you keep saying. It's amazing and great, beautiful. Just let it all just unfold, right? Just let it all unfold.
Yeah.
Is it a part of you that wants to control it? Is that what it is?
The what?
Is it a part of you that wants to control it?
Yeah, it's like a part of it's kind of like like an event planner. You got to plan something. You can't just let it happen. You got to hone your craft.
Let everybody do what they got to do, right? Let everybody play their part, and you just ride the wave.
Let everybody play their part. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, so the other thing I wanted to share is that I've been trying to update my LinkedIn profile, and I've been trying to fit myself into boxes myself. Just trying to explain myself. And then I was like, okay, this is a problem. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. Because I spent months like, who am I? Writer, strategist, communications expert. And then I'm like, no, but that doesn't encompass everything that I am. Okay, let me brainstorm. Okay, who am I? And I'm like, literally, if you could see me literally trying to fit myself into a box so that people can understand me. And I haven't updated my LinkedIn because I was just like, I don't think this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Gotcha.
So I left it alone. But do you have any advice on that, because it's like, you know, society puts us in boxes, and here I am trying to put myself in a box.
So you're saying describing yourself is putting yourself in a box? That there's a limitation there, but it's all make believe anyway. So it's whatever you know. At any time you can update, right? Anytime you
Yeah.
feel like it doesn't represent you fully, change it. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
No overthinking.
Okay.
No overthinking. Just whatever
Okay.
comes to mind. You're a great writer, right? You express yourself in words beautifully. You know, maybe sit down and see yourself writing it for someone that was a best friend, and how would you want them to be, you know, how would you want those descriptions to be expressed or seen by the world, right? You will say it in the best eloquent way that you know how.
Mm-hmm.
So do that for yourself.
Yeah. That's helpful.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Oh, I can tell you're a bit of an overthinker.
yeah, it's survival.
Because it's like you're so concerned about making a mistake, and it's like you can't make any mistakes. If you don't
Well,
like
here's the thing,
anything, you can change it, right? You're like, oh no, I'm not even, because you're like giving yourself an out by saying, well, this limits me.
Yeah.
So you're going to stop yourself from doing the thing you want to do by making an excuse. It's the reason why you shouldn't do it.
Yeah. It's like there's a buffet, and I'm like, okay, I know there's a buffet, but I need to be strategic on what I select for my plate so that I get the best stuff and I don't end up with the short end of a stick. And then you come along, you're like, girl, you can get back in line.
Yep.
You can come back for a second. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
There's no limitation. There's no limit. There's not, right. Come get in line as many times as you like.
And I'm like, oh, I never heard that before. So you can come in line, you can get in line again.
Yep.
And again.
Yeah. Yep. I love it. That's it.
Yeah. But anyway, that's it for me. I mean, everything else it really has been great. It's just I think, like Mia was talking about earlier, like focus on the things that you want, like stop giving energy to the things that you don't want or the thoughts that don't feed you. Like just focus on your desires. And I've been telling myself that too, like change the story. And even though like it feels uncomfortable, it does feel like a lie. It does. It does feel like you're gaslighting yourself.
Well, you heard what I say about lies, right?
It's just a story that you believe.
That's a story you tell me.
Yeah.
So is the truth.
It's the truth.
The truth is a story you're telling too. Like what?
The truth is a story you're telling too. Yeah.
There was a show about perspectives. I can't remember what it was called, and it's probably not even on anymore, but it was on like network TV. But it was a show where they would show the situation from like different people's perspective, and it was totally different. And it was just about like reality, like everyone had a whole different reality, a different perspective of what was true. So like there really isn't an objective true about a lot of things. You know, there's belief and there's collective truths, right, and agreement, but that's still not true. It's just a definition.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was interesting.
No, for sure. Yeah. That's helpful. Anyway, enough for me, but I've been enjoying your lives, Toyia. I get so much out of it. And from the beginning, I realized what my challenge was going to be. It wasn't just knowing things intellectually. It was practicing them, but also changing the way I talk about my story. Like I had to change the story. The words are coming out of my mouth. So go from speaking like from a place of fear and doubt to, oh, I'm a global superstar writer. I get invited to go to places around the world and just observe things and write lovely pieces, and then they end up in magazine. Oh, that's me. Like, what? What?
You're like, I'm saying these things, they're actually happening.
Exactly. But I'm like literally on this leadership board. I'm literally one of their VPs. And here I am, like, not even talking about it. You know? Because I'm like, wait, but what's going to happen? But how's this really going to work out? Because my brain is unfamiliar with, girl, you're a VP.
the reality global. Of it, right? The whole reality. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, now you just have to embrace it, right? Like really appreciate where you are. Like really be in the moment of now. Sometimes when we obtain desires, we get so used to trying to what's next, instead of being in the moment of now. Right? Like really embody the experience of, man, I said I wanted these things. And I'm just looking forward to the unfoldment of it all. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Love it.
Thank
Love it.
you.
Love it.
Thank
You're welcome. You're welcome. You got this. You got
I
this.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, you're like, wow, that's all I have to do. Girl, then do it. What you waiting on?
It's like I'm watching myself like a movie, like, you know, it's sometimes it's hard to embody it, even though I'm the one
experiencing. It's like you have an out of body experience, like, who's that girl? I guess that's what people talk about, imposter syndrome. Oh, so you gotta stop listening to those people.
Well, it's like I know I can do it. I know I belong, but then it's kind of like, wow, so did I really just get this? Am I really here? Are they really listening to me? Am I really saying these great things? I don't know. It's kind of like a disconnect. And I will say it's because I didn't grow up with a lot of reassurance or so it's kind of hard for me to believe. Like
normalizing success, right? Right.
Yeah.
We have been so beaten down into thinking it's always should be someone else.
Yeah.
Like they have the certain, qualifications, the prereqs, right? Like, yes, they deserve it. But even though you also meet it, and even if you didn't, say you didn't have all of the prereqs, you're still put in a position, right? So I could see what people may feel like, well, I don't have the scholarship. I don't have the degrees behind me. I don't have it, but I'm still here. I could see maybe some people from that perspective may be questioning, what's actually happening to them because they don't meet these qualifications. But that's why the teachings that Neville says, the teachings of like Einstein, imagination is greater than knowledge. Just because just because some people don't have the benefit or the prereqs to go along with the status that they're embodying doesn't negate the fact that you're experiencing it. Because the fact that you imagined it was enough. But the mind says that ain't enough. That's not how it goes. Like you're saying, that's not how it goes. It doesn't go this way. Where's the process at? Where's all the steps I'm supposed to take? Wait a minute. I'm quantum leaping. I'm leapfrogging steps. What is going on? Oh no. I was not. I don't have the right to. If everybody else had to take all the go step 1 through 20, how do I go from 1 to 20? I didn't have to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I went from 1 to 20, and everybody else went up the ladder. And here I am at the top of the mountain. I didn't even have to climb the ladder.
I mean, I've climbed enough ladders though. So
there you go. There you go.
Shouldn't be like this.
Yeah, that part. There you go. Love it. Love it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I appreciate you, Ray, all day. So we're gonna go to the next caller. Thank you for sharing. It definitely is inspirational.
Thank you.
Love it, love it. Hello, the artist. How are you? Welcome. You can unmute.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Great. How are you doing?
Oh man, I'm in a good space. I'm in a really good space.
Good.
I've been trying to stay out now, like intensely. I mean, it's all proven itself to be true. It feels like a little game almost.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got to a point where like before bed, I'm kind of planning out my day. where it's like, all right, tomorrow's gonna be great. You know, something spectacular is gonna happen. I've been playing around with just little stuff like I'm gonna get a compliment. Someone's gonna tell me I'm beautiful. Or, you know, something out of the norm is gonna happen in the most beautiful way or something like that. Like I've been real intentional on like just planning out, being affirmative about what it is that I want. And then when I wake up in the AM, you know, of course I reaffirm and stuff like that. Like, all right, yeah, today's gonna be that day. You know, I said it, I call it, I claim it, you know, I receive it, I'm ready for it. It's just almost like Ray all day was saying, and kind of like what Mia was saying in regards to like slowing down the mind to allow yourself to like kind of clear that chaos out. It got to a point now where it's just like, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. Hell, half the time I don't even think twice about what I think of me. I just cancel any negative thought. You know what I'm saying? As soon as it comes into my mind. And, you know, I've been really replacing it with just positive self-talk. I had to ask myself why a past connection didn't work out. I didn't have to, but I chose to ask myself. I said, okay, why didn't that thing work where I felt respected or I felt like someone was kind to me or loving to me? And then I asked myself, I said, well, Shorty, what you been saying to yourself? You know, like, how are you talking to yourself? So then I had to, like you say, go back into the buffet line real quick, start, you know, choosing the things that you want. Okay, I'm gonna be more intentional about talking to myself better. Everything is working out. You don't need to forgive yourself because you're perfect as you are. You don't need to ask questions about what another person thinks about you because you know what you think about you, and that's all that matters. So really being intentional with, you know, with my conversations, my thought process is meditation, but I try not to stay too deep into the meditation because I get so excited about this conscious creating thing sometimes. I'm just like, what's the next thing that we can talk about to ourselves? Like, I don't run out of space in my phone for voice memos. Like, it's that real, you know? But I love it because it's like where at first I was looking for, say for instance, the reflection to be other people. The reflection really is coming, like the things that I desire are coming to me, but it's like, I'm really not asking how or who or what. It's just, or when, excuse me, it's just the what, you know? Something as simple as, since we talked manifestation about a week ago, I had got like, you know, I DJ on the side sometimes. So I got called in or whatever, and you know, one of the dudes that originally I should have not taken it because he fluked on me before, but again, I'm rewriting the script. So I said, okay, well this time he's gonna love it. It's gonna be one of the best sets that we had. It's gonna be everything, right? Energy's gonna be good. He gonna give me everything I asked for in regards to food. You know, make sure I got me a little cocktail. This gonna be my best set. People gonna get up and be dancing. The whole room is gonna be packed with people dancing and moving around. When I tell you every single thing that I said into, and he gave me my asking rate.
Nice, beautiful.
Exactly. And you know, when you first start doing like, you know, trying to get out, when I felt as if at one point when I was trying to promote myself, it was almost like I wasn't asking for the things that I needed. It was like, well, just give me what you can. Again, talking to myself different. I'm worthy of that. I'm worthy of my asking rate. I can have someone respect my time, my attention, my craft. And on top of that, walk out with my respect and my dignity. And all of that happened. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So I told myself I had got a $10 tip or whatever. Appreciate you. But yeah, I got a $10 tip, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this $10 into $1,000. Just staying it. You know what I'm saying? One day before bed or whatever. So I put the little $10. I put the $10 in my little journal or whatever, and I wrote, this $10 is gonna, you know, transmute into $1,000. Now, in my head, I was gonna spend the $10, and once I spent it, it was gonna come back 1,000-fold. But I was being cheap, and I only spent $5. So.
You funny. I thought you was being cheap. You funny.
I was being cheap. And I was like, what happened? I was like, why didn't I get the $1,000? I got $500 though. I got the $500 immediately from the next 2 weeks. Honey, I was so, and then the crazy thing about it is the $5 kept finding itself around the house. So I drop it on the floor, whatever. Then I just bring it. I'm like, all right, I'm about to take a shower. Put it on the sink. It'll get wet. Now I got to sit it over in this area. So the $5 kept telling me to spend the $5 so that I could make the $500 again. And I just would not listen. I would not listen. But that's myself is just like, just say a thing. Like, I'm real heavy on, I said what I said, period. I just said what I said. And being gentle with allowing it to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, everything from my ex hitting me up because I was just thinking about her. I was like meditating the song and she crossed my mind and my little body started doing this weird thing where I got a little tense because I'm like, I ain't really trying to talk to her right now. I'm in good spirits. I'm in a good space. My body did that. Why did this girl call my phone as I'm meditating? Literally, she called my phone talking about some Tori. I got a bug in my plant and I need your help. Girl, if you don't get off my phone. But it'd be like little simple stuff like that. And now I have to rewrite the script a little bit more and say, only the desires that I intend to have come into my reality. So it's just like, the little tweaks here and there type of thing, but really being conscious of like, I'm really doing this shit. Like, this is all me. This is all me.
Oh, me. Yeah. That's it.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
Love it. Yes. We got to make it fun for every area of life, right? Sometimes we have the tendency to like just apply it over here and then think that these other things have their own innate power when it's no, it's all coming from you, all of it.
Yeah, I just had to take my authority back. I was like, nah, this ain't. If y'all are serious about, let me just try it. Let me just try it out. Let me like really be consistent because we talk about it and stuff like that. But like Ray was saying, like we practicing it so often to the point where it becomes second nature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it don't take long. Even if you tell yourself, it's not going to take long for me to get this.
Yep.
It's just not going to take
long. Right. Like
to
normalizing success, and no matter how small or insignificant we may think it is, right? Normalizing that, yes, I'm supposed to get what I want.
Absolutely. Every time. Nothing less.
Every time I'm supposed to get what I want, right? And so, you have to get the body used to it because the body has been used to being disappointed. Now the body has to get used to actually being accomplished, right? That I actually do accomplish the intentions of my heart.
Yeah. And it's okay. Like I'm an artist by nature, so the whole scripting and the being able to kind of play with words and stuff like that. Let's Teddy know with poetry. It's like that's the fun part about it. So when you make it a real life everyday thing where it's like I'm really playing with these words, I'm cultivating an entire experience just with my mind, like it's like art.
Yep. But then you recognize some people feel like they can't have it all, right? So some people are like, I can be lucky in love when it comes to business, not so much. And then other people are like, I can be lucky in business, but when it comes to love, not so much, right? But to know that you can have it in every area. You don't have to sacrifice one for the other. But that's what the world tells you, right? Oh, you can't have it all. Something is going to go lacking when you get this one thing, right? And we see it play out in the world, right? The world, which is just mirroring our beliefs anyway. We've been told and we accept it where you can't have it all. So we'll always get confirmation of that belief. So we'll see someone have a really great career, but when it comes to their love life, not so much. Or you'll see somebody having the great long-term relationship, but they was like, but I never really, fed into my passions or my desires, or, I wanted a career, but I gave it up for a family, right? Thinking there's no way I could possibly have done both. In actuality, you can have it all because you just know how to balance. The thing is that people just really think they have to chase life when life is just trying to rush into you. But people think they have to chase after it. But if you can just learn to be still and just appreciate where you are, that will just continue to expand upon itself.
Yeah. And one thing I learned too, just recently, I didn't know much about self-concept. You know what I'm saying? But that was something that I had to remember too, because I'm like, oh, am I really trusting myself, or am I just saying stuff because I heard somebody say it? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I really trust myself? And I had to get to, I'm not gonna say I had to, I'm thankful to have gotten to a point where I started really trusting myself, like on a consistent basis. It's just like, everything is really working out for me. Even if it don't look like it's working out for me, the end goal is still, I'm going to get to that destination that I said I was going to get to, period. you know, and I trust myself enough. I trust myself enough now to be able to say that with confidence and be like, nah, because that's what I said. If I'm the God of my world and that's what I said, then that's what it is. Who gonna stop me?
Love it. My word is bond.
Period. Okay? Invaluable, honey.
Just slow down, and what they say is smell the roses, right? Just smell the roses. Be in that space like the thing is happening and allow it to, and take pleasure in the happening. And I think that's the thing that we have to get you to take pleasure in the thing that you wanted happening. Right? Not to be fearful, not to be scared of it, but to take pleasure in it. Like, it's okay to be happy about your life being the way you want it to be. It's like we're scared to be happy because we think, well, if I'm too happy, because we've been told that, right? Get too happy, God to take you, gotta be humble, because God to take, you know, like we're looking for it to be snatched away from us, right? If we really enjoy it too much. How dare you really enjoy life? How dare you be happy?
Good time syndrome.
Oh, girl. And so then you have to recognize that programming, right?
Yeah.
And you got to transmute that.
Yeah. And for everybody, it looks different. You know, some people visualize, some people, you know, they script, some people have conversations with other people where they, you know, y'all in alignment enough to be able to connect in that way and hold that space for each other. But for me, it's just been easier to just say a thing. And like you say, I learned from you, just decide, make the decision and trust yourself, you know. It doesn't have to be difficult. You literally can tell yourself, this process does not have to be difficult for me. Even if I thought it had to be difficult, I can now tell myself that it's not going to be difficult and it won't be difficult. And then that thing won't, it's like, yeah, this shit gets fun. It gets fun. I ain't gonna lie.
Love it.
I know that one time I talked about the definition of imagination, but I didn't have it in front of me. But if you've ever looked up the definition of imagination, it's literally telling you that's where you create your life, literally. So the definition of imagination says literally the cognitive ability to form, manipulate, and represent mental images, sensations, and concepts that are not immediately present to the senses. So things that are not like right here in your present consciousness. It is the driving force behind creativity, empathy, and problem solving, allowing humans to synthesize past experiences to invent new realities.
Invent new realities, right?
To invent new realities and abstract ideas.
Love it. That's why I say imagination is greater than knowledge. Because the thing is, you don't know what you don't know. You're only supposed to start where? At the end.
Knowledge is just information, like a book. You know what I mean? But imagination is what's going to help you problem solve. It's going to help you open up your mind and think of new pathways of things you could want. You know, knowledge is what someone fed you. People come in here all the time with knowledge and telling you a bunch of scriptures they know. That's what knowledge gets you, a bunch of scriptures.
Right, because to know is to experience. That's what knowing is. You only know a thing, right? Because right now, what we're talking about are concepts, right? We're conceptualizing life. You really don't know a thing until you personally experience it. That's how you know it. That's what true knowledge is. So when you're imagining whatever you're imagining, right now it's all theory. Even though that's what the mind would tell you, right? The logical mind would tell you that's theory, when in actuality, it is the reality. It is all there is. Your imagination is the only thing that exists. What you want to go is from having it in your head to having it as a part of your world, right? Allowing it to express itself beyond just your mental activity. And that's how you know through experience that it's real. Yep, experiencing imagination is what makes it real. Yep. Intellectualizing it to actualizing it. That's it. That's it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And so we have Mr. Ronnie. I don't know if Mr. Ronnie meant to come up. Hey, 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 Mr. Ronnie, ATL. Did you mean to come up? You can unmute.
Yes, I meant to come up.
Okay. How are you doing, sir? Welcome.
I'm terrific. I just want to say hi to Kelvin if he's around, and A-Town, Neil, Special Neil, and how you say that first name?
Latoxic.
Yes. And especially you, I wanted to come up because of Manifesting Wednesday. Okay, so just to give you a little brief of my couple of manifestings and some things that I heard a few minutes ago that kind of resonate with me as well. But I was dealing with some financial issues with a time base, and by me being using Social Security, I'm waiting on that to come to the bank, and it normally comes to the bank very close to the third week of every month. So, but my financial difficulties are much closer to the beginning of the month than it is to the middle of the month. I'm like, wow. I said, man, it'd be nice if it came a little bit early. I look, sure enough, it came early. I see. Okay. I said, okay, really. Okay. So a month passed, right? A month passed. And I can take the responsibility of my ability to manage money is not at the top of the ladder. So here we go. Well, here come another month. And again, it would be nice if my Social Security check could come before the time. And this pretty close to the beginning of the month. So I'm like, yeah, right. Voila, it's there. I'm like, get out of here.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So another one. I had been thinking about having the internet into the house again. When I first got the internet in the house, the cost of it didn't fit my budget. So I eventually started using the internet from my phone to, power my TV up, which was okay. So here I am. I'm talking to the people at the phone company, telling them how I want to pay my next bill, and they say, "Hey, look at him. We got a great deal. You don't want to miss it. We can give you internet for $30. Now, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come from $90 to $30. How can I say no? How can I say no?
Right. Love it.
I said, you ain't sent the equipment yet? They said, we writing it up now. We'll get it out to you. I'm like, because I was going to ask my next door neighbor. I know this is not proper to do, but being a senior citizen, I'm going to ask my next door neighbor. I'm going to say, hey, can I share your Wi-Fi? I'll pay you right?
Mm-hmm.
Cash money up. I pay you 6 months right now up front, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because all I want to do is use it. I can't use it up, right?
Right.
Not like it's going to run dry. So I pay you 6 months up front. I never got around to speaking to my neighbor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here I have internet for $30. I'm like, wow. Because I had it on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I manifested that.
Yep.
So I give you my last one. But I take a look at my visiting your website, I'm visiting your TikTok. I have seen a lot of your reels where you're just zooming, enjoying life, happy, and you sum it up. You sum it up so well with this. You are love. You know, you are love. So I say, okay, if I follow her lead, and I want to, because I realize the comic book don't work. You can play with the comic book all you want to. You can go, you can go and get all the philosophy you want. And I like, and I use your word. And how does that help you? how does that help you? When at the end of the day, your thought creates your reality. What you think, you manifest. Like you said, even when you don't think you manifesting, you are manifesting. Well, it's good or bad. You are in charge of it. I'm like, so being lazy, I'm not reading any of the Neville Garden books and some of the other people that you mentioned and all that. Sometimes it seems like when I need a lift, I come to TikTok and you be on, and you just, even if you're dealing with someone who has spent 900 years studying their comic book, you still have such an uplifting way of telling them in your way, it's a comic book, dude. You got to be that serious about it.
I love you. You got to be that serious about it.
Ain't nobody coming out the sky to give you nothing. Okay? And if you think there's a hell somewhere, that's what you can keep on believing. And that's where you want to go. That's okay. I'm not changing. I've been around here 76 years, and I'm like, what Toyia say about controlling? Watch what comes in your mind. Think about good things. And it just changes you. Because if you do it out of what how I want to say it, that you just push out so easily. If you do it out of love, why I gotta be fearful of anything? Whatever I do to anyone, and I do it, and I know I do it out of love, what is there to fear? My last one, I have a VA claim, and it's been in ever since, say like 2015. So last year and a half, I hired an attorney. And so they threw it in a status called pending, which means that my attorneys cannot argue anything or do anything because it's in pending. It hadn't been, a decision hadn't been made. And that's pending been going on since January. So it's like, you're like, okay, do I do something or I don't do anything? That's, you're like, okay, I'll sit here for X amount of years, we're saying applying patient. And I've decided now in the last month, month, that now I'm going to be proactive. So that'd be like, am I trying to make it happen? And I do want to make it happen. There's no doubts about that. But that's when you come with the idea of, do I just sit back but I've sit back. So I'm just being aggressive to get this, and I want to, and when I say this, I want to look at it, get this resolved in a very positive and favorite manner for me. That's the script that I'm writing. That's just as I've learned, listened to you. There's not like an option. The option is, since I'm writing this script, it's going to be in favor of me, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's it.
that's it. I just popped through because you told me go live. Just relax. Like Mia just said, relax. And, just know. Just know. As you said, be still. Everything gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be
Already
all right.
done.
Yes, already done. So I just wanted to pop in for the manifesting Wednesday because I saw some things that manifest. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Love it. Love it. Appreciate that. Woo. Yep. And it's the same law applied to every situation. It's like he said, oh yeah, I want it to come, early in the month. I want this decision to already be made. I need this pending to go to resolution, right?
Right.
Yeah. Because I did I came up with this. Well, it's not something I'm sure people say it all the time, but decided to be more intentional about what I'm affirming. So I decided the affirmation I'm going to continuously make sure that's at the forefront of my mind is that all of my good comes with ease, love, peace, joy, and with speed all the days of my life. All my good comes with ease, love, joy, peace, and with speed. All right?
Right.
Because you want it expeditiously. All right? Because all is now. And so when you can say all is now, all is now. All is well, all is well. Everything works out for my good.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to the things that we may seem to think that are something that quote unquote big or something that we think that we've been waiting a long time for. We have to do our best to release it, to not have it at the forefront of our mind, to operate from a place of ease and letting go, right? Not trying to check this. Let me see what's happening. Nope. If it's already done, there's nothing to be concerned about, and that's the self mastery that we have to come to, right? So especially something you feel like you've been dealing with for years, you have to be like so I'm going to use scripture here. The woman with the issue of blood for 12 years, right? What was the cry? If I could just touch the hem of his garment, right? And he said, who touched me? I feel virtue has come out of me. It's like the touching of right? The moment she touched it in consciousness, that's all it's telling you. Touch it with the state of saying it's already done.
Right.
That's you releasing it and letting it go and no longer being concerned with the issue.
Ooh, that's a hard one for me.
What'd you say?
That's a hard one for me. Release it.
You got to release it because here's the thing, there's nothing you can do to make it so. Why? Because it's already so. But you keep telling yourself it's not done. So you're trying to figure out the how when that's never your work. Your how is communicating to yourself that it's not a done thing, that it's something I have to make so. You're not saying that it's already so.
Okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's no different than you saying you wanted the Social Security to come earlier in the month, right? You knew it was nothing you could do to make that come in the other than say that that's what you wanted, right? So let me put it out there. I'm just gonna say that's what I want. Right. And then what happened? You got what you wanted. Same thing with whatever you're desiring as far as the disability, right? You have to say what you want and then release it and not be concerned with it anymore.
Ooh. Okay.
The moment you do that, it's like magic. Because you stop worrying about it, right? You're not concerned with what's going on with it. The moment you do that, the moment is not entering your mind about when, how long you're going to see. It just something just takes place in the law of mind. That's how the law of mind is wanting you to release it out of your hand and drop it, but you won't let it. You're clutching it, so that's not allowing it to bloom and to become a manifestation.
I'm going to follow that advice. Is just make a decision and do it.
Just make a decision and be still. and know it.
Make a decision and be still. Know it. Okay.
Because you said so, because you said so, that makes it so, and there's nothing else to do but be.
Okay. It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I needed. That's just what I needed. Yeah. And I thank you.
Oh, you're
and
welcome.
you can go back and help them defend that comic book, okay? Okay.
He said, "Miss me with the comic book."
Yeah. So I'll go down and get away, okay? But
I appreciate you too. Thank you for all the manifestations. Manifestation Wednesday is amazing manifestations. Amazing. They're beautiful. And we just got to know we got to just apply it to every area. It's the simplicity of it is effective in every area. But some things we make bigger, we make greater, and so we find it difficult. But it's the same. It's the same way. It happens in the same way. It's the same law. The law never changes. It says, "Give it to me, I'll do it. Trust in me, I got it." It's like, no, I got something to do. No, you're taking too long. It's not happening. I don't know, So now you're communicating to the lack of it as opposed to the possession of it. You're thinking from not having it as opposed to thinking of it from it's already done. It's already a thing. It's already settled. That it's already settled in your consciousness. That's how you know you have made a decision, because you're still thinking there's an option of it's not done. So that's how you know you have made a decision, because you're still thinking of the opposite as opposed to the thing wanted. Go ahead, the artist.
I know, I was just gonna agree. Like, I think it's gotten to a point now where, like, I'll say a thing, and then to distract myself from saying anything else, I go and like wash the dishes or something. Like,
yeah, get your mind busy on something else. Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, know what I gotta do, or I'll make a list with some of the just regular stuff, because I'm very Taurus, so I write a list, whatever I want to get done. Usually Sundays are my cleaning days, so Sundays I'll make a list. And it'll be for the week, it'll be like, all right, clean the toilet, or, what I'm saying, do the baseboards, wash the dishes. And then they'll be like, receive $200 out of nowhere. Like, I make a list where I put the things that might even seem like they quote unquote big, and I put it on my little random to-do list, and then I'm just scratching it off throughout the week. You get what I'm saying? I'm not really looking forward for it. I'm just like, yeah, this is what's gonna happen this week. I'm knocking everything else down. Why wouldn't I knock that down?
Yeah.
So make it fun. Make it fun.
Yeah. Love it. That's it. It really comes down to decision. And when your mind tries to go to that place of how, you got to tell it, nope, it's already done. It's nothing to think about. I don't have to worry about it. Nope. Release it. Nope. Not
exactly,
going.
Because I didn't have to worry about how the baseboards was gonna get done. I just knew it was gonna get done. You know what I'm saying? So and then next thing you know, and that's what I did this past week, and I got an extra $200 because I ended up getting booked another gig, and I ain't even charge them everything. I was just like, just throw me $200 and I'm cool. But I have that on my list. You get what I'm saying? So I knew my goal was just the 200. That was on the honey-do list. You know what I'm saying?
Love it. That's it. So Miss Kitty, did you have something to say? I know you dropped, came back.
Yes, I do. I have something to say. The past couple of weeks I've been big on revision, just revise, and I found myself last night. I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and she's an elder, and just without going into any details, but it's a part of my process, I said out loud to her, because it's true. I said, I had good parents, and I just felt a hole inside myself close up, and it was just this warmth there. And it's like I solved all my past, not so loving memories, that I ascribed. I put that vibration on because I did have good parents. in our neighborhood, I was when I was just sitting here thinking about it, I was one of the only people who had two parents in the community. I used to come home from school. Wait, I used to come home. My mom was a provider. She was a Taurus, and she believed in providing. If nothing else, that was where she really shined, and it was in providing. I come home from school. Other kids come home from school, and they be snacking on noodles or toast, which is fine. Child, it'd be steaks in our refrigerator. I come home and fix me a steak. Come on, lamb chops, things like that. And I'm like, girl, if you don't start loving and remembering your mom for who she really was,
Love it.
And forgive those human failings that that we all go through and experience, and choose to forget now that we know as their heirs in the new generation, so to speak, we have information that they didn't have. So she was just living in her experience and blah blah blah, yada yada yada. So, but that revision, and like I said, I had read it when Neville Goddard talks about it, but to really implement it and see the power of it, it just really helps a lot. And so I just wanted to put that out there for anybody else who might want to chew on that, to just revise, revision, make it, because like you say, it's your story. It's your story.
It's powerful.
It's powerful to revise.
Yes. Any unwanted thing, and it keeps coming to you, I just change the story, because like I said, life is all perspective.
Right. Yep. So I just wanted to add that.
Beautiful. Love it. Hey, Blaisdell. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but hey, welcome. Oh, yes, you had some awesome, wonderful manifestations. All right. Beautiful. I know some of you have decided to continue on with the 5 minute of going into the silence. So that has been really tremendous, and directing the mind and being intentional about our thoughts, because that's the only point of the going into the silence, right? To start your day with being intentional about your day in whichever way you want it to, right? Living in the end of your whatever you're desiring to manifest, that you go and take that just 5 minutes, 6 a.m. in the morning, regardless of time zone, or whenever you find it's necessary for you. But I just picked 6 a.m. because it's pretty early for some people, and you're going to allow yourself to focus when you may not be so quite awake, and you don't have that reasoning, logical mind kind of getting in the way of your of you directing your thought, and you're just going to be really intentional about it. And again, I say you don't necessarily even have to be for you. It could be someone that is close to you, or you're aware of a situation that you want to see someone solve and live their their best life, or they can have experienced something greater in this reality. So it's a beautiful thing. Again, I want to mention that we're starting the book club next Saturday, July 25th. We have the poll in the Facebook group. There are many books to select from. Currently in the lead is a Neville Goddard. I know Neville Goddard is very popular. We probably do need some more votes. I don't know how many people actually voted, but right at this time, Neville Goddard is in the lead. His book, The Feeling is a Secret. That is a short book, it's packed with power too, but it's a short read. So that's only take us a couple of weeks to go through that book, maybe about a month or so to go through that book. Because it is a short read. But I've read that book several times, and it's been a while since I read it, but no, when I attach myself to Neville Goddard's teachings, many of his books, because they're easy reads, I've read several times, right? So it's a few of his books that, and that's one of them that's really especially when you understand what he's saying regarding the feeling. He's not talking about your emotions. He's talking about the naturalness, using the 5 senses during your focus time, what he calls going into the silence. You know, so he would say, oh, that you could usually remember when, or you can talk about, you know, isn't it wonderful, or get a phrase that tells you that the thing that you're wanted is already a completed act, right? That it's already a thing for you. There's something that you already possess, you know. And then, you know, of course, he talks about, you know, creating scenes and creating one scene, right? Just get one scene. You don't have to create a movie, just the end of the movie that states that you already have the thing you want, right? So whether you're hearing someone congratulate you, or whether you're hugging someone, or you're kissing someone, or you're patting someone on the back, or you're shaking someone's hand, and just keep repeating that action over and over again, because that's the action that you would do had you realized your desire, right? So it's like, if you're really good at visualizing and you really can get the feeling of you're actually touching someone's hand, or you're actually hearing someone congratulate you, or you're actually walking up the stairs, or you're actually driving the car, or you're putting the key in the door to open the door, whatever it is going to, you know, say, oh yes, this thing has happened. And he gives so many illustrations, so many examples of success stories where people are like, okay, yeah, I'm going to try that. I'm going to go to so one lady I remember just came to mind. She's talking about her brother was in jail, and I think it was in the army or something like that, one of the military services. And she didn't know why he was there, but she felt that she didn't want him to be there. And so Neville told her, well, just imagine a scene that would, you know, dictate or express that he's no longer in jail. So she said what she would do is that she would imagine herself running downstairs to the door, open up the door, and him standing there, and her hugging him. So she just continued to do that and continue to do that. And of course, lo and behold, she said one day he rang the doorbell. She ran down the stairs, and she said she knew instantly that it was him. And then he was at the door, and she had experienced what she did in her imagination, she experienced in her reality. This is why Neville Goddard said imagining creates reality, right? What you do mentally, that is real. What you do mentally. He also talks about the climbing of the ladder. I know we did that as a community, where instead of doing the climbing of the ladder, we said we did it with money, right? I think we did it with, I forgot the amount of the money, but what we said during the course of the day, we would say, I did not receive $1,000. And we would go to sleep imagining we did receive $1,000. And then we would, in our waking state, we would imagine that, or tell ourselves we did not receive it, because we understand that this is proving to ourselves that consciousness doesn't know no. Consciousness only knows attention. So even though you're talking about $1,000, and that's all consciousness cares about, is that you're talking about $1,000. Because I can't remember, it was someone's live that I was watching. They were saying someone had wrote a book about there's no negativity or no negation in consciousness. And so they were saying, if you want to test this for you, and it's about, if you can speak something in the negative and you will still get the result that you want. And so I remember also trying it with butterflies. I was telling myself, I will not see a butterfly today. No, I will not see a butterfly today. I will not see a butterfly today. I just will not see a butterfly today. And I saw butterflies. So it's just like, you know, like you can have fun with it and see, right? And see, you know, give your attention to the thing, because it's what you're giving your attention to, not so much the words that you're saying, right? That's why they're like, well, consciousness, you know, it isn't about your words, it's about your frequency. To me, it's the intention behind the words, not so much just the word, it's the intention in back of the word, right? Because if your attention is all lack, then that's what you're going to experience, lack. So it's just like the Bible says, let the weak man say, I am strong. It doesn't say, let the weak man say, I'm not weak. All right? It's let the weak, because if you say I'm not weak, what are you focused on? Weakness. But if you say, let the weak man say, I am strong, or let the weak man say, I am not strong, what are you still focused on? Strength. is what you're giving your attention to. And the thing is, you can prove it to yourself. Just take something that isn't, that you just want to test this truth. Like, really? I can think negatively and still get the result that I'm talking about? Try it out. See what happens. Yep, canceling a thought is giving attention to it. Yep, that's what say. The consciousness does not know no. It only knows attention. What you give your attention to expands. That's why they say what you resist, you persist. Because there's no such thing as resisting. When you resist something, what? You're giving your attention to a thing. Like you say, I'm never going to eat chocolate cake again. I'm never going to eat chocolate cake again. Then you wonder why you're eating chocolate cake. Because what are you thinking about? Chocolate cake. Talking about what you're not going to eat. You're going to find yourself eating it. Exactly. Test your own consciousness. Hey, Gigi. How are you? I know I'm getting ready to get on up out of here. Grand resting. Thank you, I am seer. Thank you. Yeah, so you can test it. Like show yourself that consciousness doesn't know no. But I think you kind of already know that consciousness doesn't, right? That your mind only knows what you give your attention to. I think you can see that, right? So when you give yourself to give your attention to unwantedness, right? When you say you want wealth, but all you do is talk about lack. Saying that you want wealth and then only giving your attention to lack, only giving your attention to problems and difficulties and hardships, even though you know that's not what you want, even though you're saying, I'm so tired of life being so hard. I'm so tired of the hardships. I'm so tired of everything just always, no matter what happens to me, when something, things just keep getting worse. You're gonna keep experiencing that. And you know people like that, right? They have this woe is me type of mentality. When they are having conversations, it's always about how hard life is. And then you're trying to tell them, man, if you only knew, if you would just stop giving your attention to the hardness, to the rough side of the mountain. Going up the rough side. Why you want to go up the rough side of the mountain? Like, what? Some of them songs they used to sing, boy, you would just question, like, where y'all get these songs from? You would just be like, really? That's what y'all singing about? Going up the rough side of the mountain? And wondering why life is hard and difficult.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did you watch Looking for Neverland over the Kims?
You talking to me, Miss Teddy?
Oh my God, that was better than Michael.
I don't think she realized again. Miss Teddy, did you mean to come up? I don't think Miss Teddy even knew that she came up. She's having a conversation with somebody else. Nope, didn't see your question. Happy pocket full of Nope. Nope. It didn't. Yeah, it didn't come through. A lot of times I can see when they filter it, but I don't know what you say. They didn't even show up. I can see when they hide a comment as well, and then I have to like publish it. But yeah, that's why a lot of times, because we can see the correlation of the unwanted, right? When we notice things keep occurring in our life, we know it's because we kept talking about it, right? Even when you're desiring for something to go away, because you keep giving your attention to it, is not going to allow it to dissipate. Is your focus on the thing is what gives it life. So if you want things to die off, if you don't want things to be a part of your reality anymore, you have to withdraw your attention from it. You have to just not talk about it anymore. You have to figure out a way to be loose and set free from it. And then you have to replace it with another type of conversation. Your conversation, accentuate the positive as you eliminate the negative. You want to accentuate the positive, right? So you eliminate the negative just by not being negative, right? You don't have to say denial, right? And I know, like Reverend Ike, he was big on denials, right? He was big on affirming a thing and then denying the thing. I say it's unnecessary to deny a thing, because the moment you give your attention to a thing, you automatically deny the other thing. So to me, that's just like, I don't need to say what I don't want to happen. I just need to talk about what I do want to happen. And the more I give my attention to what I do want to happen, then that's what's going to happen. I don't also have to give my attention to what I don't want to happen. Like, unnecessary. Just give your attention to what you want and then go from there. Yeah, Gigi, I don't know if you posted it again. I don't say anything. I don't know if you just want to come up and ask the question, because I'm getting ready to, shut down the live. Been on here for, a few hours. So it was another great live. We had a lot of great manifestations that people came with, and showing the power of their own imagination, the power of their own mind. Had a long discussion with someone who did not agree with that mindset. They really want you to be like, have this fear of God, and how dare you tell God what you want, because you don't have a right to do so. That just boggles my mind, right? It's like, did y'all not read the scriptures that say that all that the Lord has is yours, and the earth is the Lord's? So why do you think you can't have what's on this third dimensional plane when you're being told that it already belongs to you? So why would you now go ahead and limit what you can have when you're told that you already possess all things, and all you have to do is claim it? That's the only thing you're supposed to do. No, it didn't come through. I can't see the message. Yeah. Whatever you're posting, it didn't come through. So I don't know what you posted. Can anyone else see the post? Because I can't see anything. Do you see anything, Miss Kitty? Do you see a question by Gigi?
I don't. I've been searching. I don't see it.
Yeah, it's not coming through. The book by Neville Goddard is Feeling is the Secret. Feeling is the secret. And so we'll see. We have until Saturday before we close out the poll, because we want to have time to read, right? Decide how many. So this Saturday we'll decide, or maybe Saturday or Sunday we'll decide how many chapters we're going to read. See how many people are still interested in doing the book club, because the book club will be like this setup, but it won't be me. It'll be everyone giving their opinions and their perspectives on the book that we're reading. So we'll do it as long as we have people engaging with it, participating. That's the word I'm looking for. Participating. So if we decide it's not something we want to do, then we'll move along. But if we have at least 4 or 5 people that want to be consistent with reading a book, and we usually get a nice healthy amount of people that come in that want to talk and discuss the book, because this will be the 4th book that I believe the 4th book that we're reading, because we did Neville Goddard's 5 Lessons. We did Neville Goddard's book, The Power of Awareness. We did Dr. Joseph Murphy's book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And we did Busting Loose from the Money Game by Robert Scheinfeld. So, and those are all of those book clubs were really, 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 really good. And that last one with The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard was just so, and even though I had read it several times before we did the book club, it's like every time you read one of his books, something else sticks out, and like Like, yes, the simplicity of this. Yes, the simplicity is supposed to be so simple. And we just keep trying to make this stuff hard. And it's really, really, really simple. And I come to the realization, even though Neville Goddard talks about it's not about worthiness, it's not about deservingness, but you may have to start with worthiness and deservingness, because you realize a lot of people, when they do get the manifestations that they end up wanting and they end up experiencing it, they kind of self-sabotage because they've convinced themselves they're not worthy of it. They've convinced themselves that they don't deserve it because it seems too simple. They didn't have to, even though they may have done the work, even though they may have done all the things necessary to end up in the place that they at, the moment they get it, they feel like this don't seem real. This doesn't seem right. Am I supposed to be experiencing this? Like, am I deserving of this? Am I worthy of this? And even though it's not about that, you may have to enter into that state of saying, yes, I deserve this. I'm supposed to have this. I am worthy of this experience. You may have to, and until you realize, well, yeah, me being God informed on his face means that I don't have to prove worthiness. I don't have to prove anyone. I don't have to, validate myself. I don't have to validate to anyone why I'm experiencing something. That's when you have to get out of your own head about what the world thinks about what you have, right? Because that's the only reason why a lot of times you may feel undeserving or unworthy, is because you're concerned about how someone else thinks about your experience, about your manifestation. And it doesn't matter what other people think. It has nothing to do with what other people think. But we get in our head because we do want support. We want people to be happy for us. We want people to be congratulating us. We don't, we want people to truly, sincerely and genuinely care about our successes. And then a lot of times when people don't get that feedback from the world, that's because you don't feel worthy of it. So the world is showing you don't deserve it. Because the moment you say that you're supposed to have it, the world is going to agree with you. It's going to agree with you. Yes. Hey, handsome guy. But yeah, it's time for me to get on up out of here. I'm about to hit the road. So I'll be back tomorrow, possibly maybe sometime in the afternoon. And I appreciate everyone coming through and sharing their success stories, their manifestations. It's been a really great night. We've already been on here for a few hours. So, and thank you all for, again, sharing your perspectives, sharing your manifestations. And I'm definitely looking forward to the book club, because it's something that we all do. And we only do it 2 or 3 times out the year, because we do it and then we take a few months off and then we get at it again. So they have definitely been beneficial, because Neville Goddard is one of the best teachers when it comes to law of mind, right? He totally stays in step with the fact that there is nothing to do, there's only to be. And once you can get your mind to accept the reality of your desire, everything else just falls into place. The moment you can decide that it's done, then your world will reflect that back to you. And it's all about occupying the state, shifting your identity, changing your self-concept. And so until next time, guys, happy manifesting. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.